What's up, friends? Y'all ready to make some cash? Woo! Market crash. Gotta love it. Crashing. Opening way outside those Z bands. Almost a 2-3% gap down in NASDAQ. S&P about 2. Man. Told you. You got to watch out for the Trump. You got to be in and out. You can't hold positions. You can't be in for long periods of time. Not during this environment. Especially when he's changing so much so quick. You got to be in, got to be out, got to take your money and run. You guys know the drill. All right. Oh, let's get everything situated on the screen here. You're shorting the market. LOL. Let's go. Oh man, I look like I just crawled out of bed. See, I use my encoder as my mirror in the morning so I can fix my hair part. Literally just crawled out of bed. I'm not gonna lie. And drove 45 minutes to get home. We were with the iDoc family this morning. Way on the other side of town. Up at 6 o'clock to commute to work. I haven't commuted to work. Well, I guess whenever I go to her house, we drive home early, but I had memories of commuting to work, like whenever I used to be an engineer. I was like, man, sitting in traffic, and it was kind of a reminder of how fortunate my life is. I can wake up and not have to wear pants to go to work. It's the little things in life that you guys gotta love. Welcome. All right, let's talk about the market today. Okay, Trump has initiated over the weekend enacting the tariffs between us and Mexico and Canada. Canada's retaliatory tariffs back on us. The stock market hates this because it has a trickle-down effect. It affects everything. The PCE goes up. I mean, what's happening is the market is pricing in all these extra data points. You can pretty much calculate from the price of stuff. So we're in a mode. So let's see what happens, and we'll talk about how the market's going to play out. So anyways, don't expect Trump tariff stuff to be super permanent all the time. They usually work something out. He uses tariffs as a way to get people to do what he wants. And if they bite back, that's when it can become permanent. This is the time to be worried about it. So keep in mind. Man, I need to get my laptop up. So today I'm competing in starting in the Trading View Leap competition starts today. There's roughly, I don't know how many tens of thousands of people. Let me see how many people are in this darn competition here. 23,437 people in this contest. I'm gonna try to make it into the top 10. I'm gonna try to win this thing, so we should see. In other news, Bitcoin is down roughly 10%. Other cryptos are down 20%. Other meme coins promoted by meme coin promoters and your favorite social influencer, loser, pumping whatever. Like I remember 2 weeks ago, all the losers were pumping their shit, and it was like, our crypto is up double. Look at this guy's going to the moon, up triple, and then it lost everything in 2 days. I'm telling you, this is the market that's going to reveal any utility crypto has. This is what I'm saying, is that something that falls 10 and 20% a single day, is it as liquid as you think? So be careful out there. Holding till the moon, things like that. This is the environment of, I like to call, you guys remember like the American Revolution? Do you guys remember studying this in school? The American Revolution, the way that it was like the British were like marching, like just all lined up and everything. And our troops, the way George Washington had it, is they would like hide in the trees, jump out, take a shot, and then run off, like in and out, in and out. You know why? Because we didn't have a big army. You couldn't take down the beast. It's too volatile, too crazy. You should trade that way. I mean, most of my trades lately have been like less than half an hour in and out. Good morning, guys. So we're here early just to chill, just to see what's going on pre-market. I'll get you guys prepped. Give me a couple minutes to start this all up, but I got my post here. But yeah, like trade like it's the American Revolution. You guys know the reference. What are we doing today? Pop in, pop out. Don't overcommit, because Trump is being very volatile in his first couple of weeks, making lots of changes very quick. The market's going to need to digest it. Now, over time, Trump's stuff is extremely bullish for the long haul. For the short haul, no. And for the medium haul, if it's tariffs, no. So be careful, because this tariff thing can start a little mini recession in a way. Not immediate, that's the problem. See, the thing with tariffs aren't gonna hit your pocketbook. You're gonna start to see it as the market is pricing in, you know, either higher inflation and prices if the price is passed on to you, or lower sales of the company if the price isn't passed on to you. Either way, between now and next quarter's earnings is where that change is going to take place. So we could have 3 months of selling off of this. It's not something to take lightly if they don't come to a resolution. The idea, though, is I've been trading Trump's stuff long enough to know that usually people buckle down and talk it out. Nobody wants this. It's like mutually assured. Now I say destruction. It's like mutually assured annoyance and problems. So they usually work it out. He wants them to tighten up border control, and he's basically going to force the businesses out there to impress her on the politicians. Which, you know, in a political sense, that's the way to get stuff done. Welcome to the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Let me catch up on some of my Discord stuff. What you guys doing this morning? Glasses on. Let's see what we got. Wow, there's a lot of you here pre-market. That's crazy. It's good to see you guys up early in the morning to hang out. Well, let's see what's going on. What's up? Oh, let's say hello. Plan Zero, what's up? Beavis, what's up? Dominic Skinner, what's up? Annie, howdy. Beavis. JK, Frank Edward, Simon Dean, Michael, Itai, Timothy, Francesco, Hydra Penny, and the bots. Rob. Well, I'm going to say this incorrect. I'm going to try my best. Munk Satrat? Munksentrat? Did I say that right? God, geez. I hope I said that. Help me out there. Give me phonetically how I can say it. Alex, Timothy, Pixel, Jet, JCR, J Hicks, Annie Isaac, Sebastian, and William. What's up? Good morning. You joined the Pro Plus on Friday, but see there are 40 days and 60 days boot camp. What are those? There shouldn't be. I took that permission off. Those are the last times we did the boot camp. So we basically would like recycle them. Wait, let me show you guys. Where do you see the 40 days and 60 days? You guys see that in the Discord? Good morning from Berlin. What's up? Hard for English speakers. Is it are you how do I pronounce it? Are you Egyptian, African, somewhere in that region? Sounds like, reminds me of some of my Egyptian friends. Good morning. You don't see those in your Discord anymore? Oh, Mongolian. Awesome. Okay. So what, first minute of the day, 340 points. Yeah, right. So I took them out of the Discord. So what you would see, on the stream. Okay. So basically what we do is we go through the 20 days. So we redid the program in August. Once we did years of backtest, here's what happened. We created our first iteration of liquidity maps, and then we did years of backtest after having a couple years of data since we released our platform in 2022, you know, with the original liquidity maps, and we had a bunch of different handouts and things to go with it. And then after like 2 years, we had enough data to really comfortably backtest to find what was the strongest of what it is we do. And, you know, we decided to focus on the setups that had 90%, 80%, and 70%. A lot of them are very, very, very good. This blue is 80%, the orange is 90%, you know, things like that. And so we basically revamped everything in August after a couple years of data and focused on just the strongest things and some observations that we made that we didn't even know were going to be actual trade setups. Like one of the things that I used to ignore for the most part was this until we had years of data that shows that this little leg has a 90% success rate of happening. So I trade this one all the time under ideal conditions. under mixed conditions, it's like still 70%. So when I found out that there were certain things that worked more often than not, in August, we reformulated everything into the boot camp. And now the classes, there were so many indicators and so many things, and we consolidated everything into 20 days. And basically in August, we did 20 days, and then we went through it again, and then we went through it again. Each time we did the class, I played with the format. Like I'd move classes around, make some classes longer, make some classes shorter. The idea with the boot camp is to train you to think differently at the end. So the approach, like how much we grill a year or how long we stay on a certain subject, is part of it. So we went through it once, twice, 3 times, and that's the 20, 40, and 60 days. And they're slightly different, but it's the same material. And as those 3 months go by, we also learned a couple new things. And then this current iteration is the final iteration of the bootcamp, the final design of it. So this is the official one. We have anchored all of our techniques, position sizing into actual permanent handouts that our graphic designer has made. And you guys get those. So basically, those other iterations of those classes are just previous iterations, and you didn't get cool handouts to go with it. So now we have like PowerPoints and handouts to really go over the stuff. And my first time to do anything at all with the new strategy after we kind of trimmed it up a little bit and focused on the best parts of it was I went out and I won the Elite Trader Funding futures trading competition. Like I went and got first place in a month-long contest that actually I started 10 days late on. So I only had 2/3 of the month to come from last place to go to first and win. So my very first go at using the new strat, refined rocket scooter strat, was to win a contest with a 10-day, losing 1/3 of the time and starting late. So I was very happy to see that. And we were in the middle of our 20 days boot camp from then. So the principles and practices apply very well to my trading and the new style. So right now, competition number 2, TradingView Leap, 23,437. What the heck is going on with my mouse here? My mouse just freaked out. There we go. What is going on? All right. Apparently, TradingView has a huge paper competition. I learned about this last time, but they didn't let me in because I didn't have an active subscribed account or whatever. So now I do, and now we're good. So apparently it's a paper trading competition. I need to read the rules of it because I got about 45 minutes till market starts. Looks like there's kids already YOLOing on day 1 into this market dip. We got somebody up 30% already. $80,000. Wait. 30%? 85. This is a $200,000 account? I thought it was starting with 100,000. How is realized profit maybe total? I thought it started today, February 1st. Well, either way, this is it. And with 23,000, it's 250. Oh, okay, that's why. So 23,000 people competing in this. I'm in 16,136th place. All right, I haven't even made a trade, and I'm up 1/4 of the way on the leaderboard already. Look at that. Just being at 0. Look at a quarter of the people blowing up in the first fucking morning. Unless we're all just tied at zero. Whatever the case may be, we'll see how this works out. Let's see all these, I don't know if these kids are trading or whatever, but looks like I don't know if I'm going to do anything this morning, right? We get the market crashing and things are crazy, but we'll see. Just don't trade today. I bet you if I don't do anything today, I'll walk into 10,000th place. So it's a month-long thing. We'll see what we do here, but we're going to have fun with this one. So I got to get all this set up. So trading view over here. Discord over here. I really need to utilize my second trading station. I'm going to set that up for tomorrow. All right. Where are you? Trading view. Wait a minute. I thought I opened you up a second ago. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Start trading now. Up there we go. I got to really get used to using rockets. I mean, to using trading weights. I'm so used to using Rocket Scooter. Trading view. Sorry. All right, you're gonna go here. Let me figure out where to put this. So let's see if I can't go in there and make it in the top. I don't know. If I make it in the top 1,000, that'd be good out of 20,000 people. If I make it to the top 10, that'd be awesome, right? If I made it to number 1, that'd be even better. That's paper trade contest. There's all kind of nuances in paper trade contests. Kids like to YOLO, kids luck in the first place. These are things you got to deal with. So the trick is to be consistent the whole way up, make it big enough, and decide which day you want to roll the dice on. It's paper trading. So most people are going to triple their accounts in a single trade or get lucky by shorting into a crash, etc. So the trick is to know when you're going to hit the fence. So every once in a while, when I get those beautiful setups that set up, I got to YOLO with every contract I can. You got to hit it as hard as you can to build a lead. I did this in the last competition too, because in paper trading, it's a mutually assured thing. You have to assume others are going to do the same. So like at the end of the day, we were all neck and neck in the top 5 positions, right? And it's paper trading. So I assumed anybody in the middle of the ladder might just be like, fuck it, I'm just going to long all of it and see what happens. And other people be like, fuck it, I'm going to short all of it and see what happens. And the very last day of the contest, the market literally crashed. It's the big crash we had on the day on Halloween, right? That last day, right around then. And so people in like dead last jumped into the top 10. It happened. I had a big enough lead that I survived that and still won. And I thought I lost because I had to YOLO the last day too to secure a lead. Because I assumed as the market was in a bad spot, I was like, oh crap, there are going to be people that are just going to YOLO and bump me out. So I have to do what they're doing too. So this time I learned my lesson. What I'm going to try to do is do the quote unquote YOLO along the way. So I build a substantial enough lead so that somebody's end of the day YOLO last day doesn't kill me out. So I want to trade consistently as much as I can, but if I get some really strong monthly hedge pressure taps or every single time trades, I'm going to hit them as hard as I can with every contract they'll let me do. Because it's paper trading, people don't take it. In a real trading contest, people don't go in there and do that. They don't go all in on the last day. They'd rather keep their money and walk away not winning. If you, like a real trading contest like the Robins, you're not going to see people do that on the last because you'll lose your real money. There's a risk. But in the paper trading contest, the last day, if you're not in first, everyone goes, well, let me just pick a direction and go. So you have to assume, you know, if the last day the market moves 40 points and maximum number of contracts you can trade, you assume that distance, right? We assume twice the risk interval. And then I do a calculation to see how much lead can everybody gain. And that's about how much lead I need to have to beat the psychology of it. See, when you do trading competitions, it's not just winning the trades, it's beating the traders. And as you see, I have a system on how to do that. Makes sense? Last time you did 300 and made it to the top 12% of traders. There you go. Wait, you did 300. You only made $300? That's it? That's all it took? You had zero profit and finished in the top 50? Damn, that's pretty awesome. Good job. That's awesome. Okay. The account, the DOM that I trade on YouTube, this one right here. So currently, right now, this is my Tradeify account. Tradeify. So I'm doing Tradeify to try this out. You guys are, y'all, I'm going to tell you, you guys love Tradeify. Y'all are literally, y'all are getting, y'all really like them. According to everybody that we've worked with, you guys like them the most. Hands down. I started with them 5 days ago. These are the last 5 trading days. I've already made 28,000. The DOM you see over here is $28,000 worth of profit in these $550,000 funded accounts. So, or sim funded accounts. So basically, I'm working to get to my payout, which is going to come on February the 11th, which is their next payout. I won't hit the first one because I need at least 10 days of trading. But the rule is I need to get $9,000 in each account at minimum to take a $3,000 payment with a 20% consistency rule. I'm pretty much going to be there at the end of the 10 days. 20% shouldn't be too hard at all. I'm aiming to make 100K total at maximum, but at least 50K to get the payout. So I need 9 times 5 is 45, and I'm over halfway there. So today, I might be trading a little slow, if anything at all. I might just be trading micros. We'll see. Let's prep for that. We are below DD band, so market's going to be absolute dog shit today. You guys know how we open like that. I'll give you some numbers really quick, guys. Don't forget, while you're here, bottom left of your screen, thumbs up button, tip your waiter. Or I'll put my thumb on your steak if you don't. Show us some love. Ooh, that's so... I used to work at restaurants when I was a kid. The thought of somebody putting their thumb on my steak makes me want to gag. All right, 21,009. That was a great MHP bounce last night, wasn't it? Last night. Close enough. Okay, and the other ones these are the overnight dynamics. We had the last class we did was over this very thing. 21,110. And then 21,070. Yo, dude, we're gonna fucking crush it today. I feel it. I can feel it. I'm long. I don't short down here. I long only, and only when I get strong pivots. So we're looking for MHP taps. We're looking for bear zone tops, bull zone bottoms. Red lines, yellow lines, these things. Let's find them. Where do I reach out for the application setup and help? William, you can ask Slacks while I'm streaming, or you can ask me when I'm not. So I can help, or anybody in chat can help you. If you have a question here, you can get me because we don't open for like another 36 minutes, y'all. The 891. All right, so we got a big month ahead of us, right? I'm going to go try to win a trading view competition. In the name of Rocket Scooter, show you guys who the best trader is that does this on YouTube. I mean, you know, I love going out there and proving myself, competing. That's all my stuff. I love to do that. Like I said, my first week with Tradeify, and I'm already going to get a payout on the second week. I love just walking in, taking money, walking out. It's a good life. 5906. Hold on, wait a minute. 5891. 59. Oh, 5891 is way down here. Okay. 5906. Yeah, it feels good. Like to go in there, my first 891. That's done. You know, like my first week, you know, it's not like I have like 40 blow ups or anything. It's like I literally just go in, get 5 accounts, and I'm already up. I go straight to profit. That's so great. Architect 92. Architect. I like it, dude. What's up? What's up, AJ? Is that AJ? Is that the famous AJ Sig? Gracing our presence in the chat. What's up, boy? It's my brother over there. Yeah, if you guys know AJ, y'all gotta follow him. A Stocks on Twitter. Oh, he's the man. I'll tell you a story about A Stocks. First time I heard the guy talk. Usually when I hear people talk, I hate them. My first inclination is to hate them. What is this? What is this asshole selling? What does this guru want? And I heard the guy talk on Spaces, and the first person I heard talk, I actually liked ever in finance. Like right out the door, I was like, I like this guy. I was like, I want to hear him out. And so very rarely does somebody say something that's impressive. And the first people I actually liked out the door. I didn't have a, who's this dickhead? Like what's he selling? You know what I mean? I always have that distaste for new faces. I know we're a little elitist in the financial influencer and media world, but one of the few people that was like, this guy is exploring the right topics, very smart, talks about gamma, same stuff we do. So yeah. AJ, super smart guy. All right. All right, what do we got? So overnight rule being irrational, which you stay out rest of the day. So here's the rules. let me get you guys the strat. So I have a couple of rules when it comes to being this far outside of these green bands. So let me write them for you guys. Thanks for bringing up AJ, because I probably need to prep everybody. Okay, let me pull up the cheat sheet. So basically, DD band cheat sheet. Let me pull it on screen really quick. This has to do with margining and futures, right? So this is it's a whole thing. Let me clean out some of my browsers here. What is this? Oh, okay. Is that the one? Okay. So essentially what happens is when the market opens in between these two bands, so when we close, there's a distance from the close. It's a really important distance. That number is calculated by our algorithm. It's based on margin requirements. And this is this little green band that you see right here. Most of the time, the market stays inside of this band. 88% of days from our backtest stay within inside of this band. So essentially, the market very rarely moves this distance from close. Only 12% of the time does it close outside of the band. So high probability we stay inside of that navigational range, right? So the S&P, the distance is 41.75 up or down. NASDAQ is 159. So actually, it went up, by the way, guys, over the weekend. So when you open outside of these bands, the market's considered irrational. What irrational means, if you see right here, the lights turn red in Rocket Scooter, let me know something's up. So if I were to write on my screen, 88% of days will close inside of the band, 4 there and 8 there, according to our last back test. Down here, the market's irrational. What happens down here is a high probability of margin calls. The market is moved beyond the comfortable areas of liquidity. So this is based on where people report their positions. That's all it is. To the CME group, they take those reported positions and they create the minimum margin requirement to trade whatever futures contract. So the higher the margin requirement, the higher the range. The bigger the margin requirement, the bigger the range. The more spread out traders are. The more spread out they are, the less liquid they are. It's the easiest way to think about it. So when you move beyond like that liquidity range, if you may, the market is completely irrational and margin call probability is high. So outside of these bands, we trade completely differently. Rule number 1 is in the overnight, when you're outside the band, look out. Don't touch the market. No reason to try to be a hero. And I rarely overnight will touch it. I wait for the morning. And the morning, I do a couple of things. This might kind of like seem a little counterintuitive, but hear me out. As you see, I don't short on either side of these bands. I don't short back in. I don't short back up or short back down. So in the rules here, yeah, so don't forget to give my boy AJ a follow. Usually on Spaces with us a lot and everything. So here's some information as he's asking. I don't short up here. I don't short down here. Now, while the numbers are, and I'll tell you why. Markets are bullish almost all the time. So when markets move up out of this band, it very rarely tucks back in. The reason that number is so small is because it doesn't break the band that much. And when it does, bull markets tend to stay bullish. And when they don't, when they do tuck in, you never know how high it's going to go before it does tuck back in to meet that 88%, whatever. So the bull market, we don't fade. So don't fade a bull market. That's what this is. Don't be an idiot. Ride the bull market every day. I do 90% of my trades are long. So I don't fade a bull market. No one should. Market's too high. Maybe I'll fade it as an idiot's mentality. All right. Trust me. I used to be an idiot for many years. Okay. So right here, I also don't short down here, but that's because the majority of days pop back in on the short side. Short side loves to like chop around really heavily and go up. Because markets are volatile, I don't like to short in volatile markets, but I love to long in non-volatile bull runs. Bear markets look like this, bull markets look like that. This is easier to trade, especially to the long side. Get in on the long. Down here, you can long and short both sides. I usually take the longs to pop it back in. Or to tap the band. As you see right here, the rules are, I don't chase shorts. That's already taken place. I can short off of a pop if I get the right trade. And I'll show you those setups in a little bit. What I do is I find long, strong pivots to trade right back to the band, which is what it wants to do. In this particular case, we've gapped down. The halfway point of the gap is my target usually, or the band, whichever one, and we'll measure both. So down here, strong pivots only. When my liquidity maps come out, I'm looking for strong pivots to hit. That's it. So, and I only trade, as you see, one more thing, S, small positions only. So like I'm trading one mini, maybe two at the most, because there's a lot of travel distance. I don't got to put a lot of risk on the table. So those bands are based on margin requirements. If you go to the platform right here, let me just kind of make this easy for y'all to see. On the table, you click this risk interval /DD and the bands are right there. If you connect your futures account to Rocket Scooter, it'll automatically populate them for you. Other than that, we just give them to you in this little table right here. I think it's where y'all can see that. Ooh. Yeah, as Icewild said, you calculate them from the risk interval. All right, what's up? What's up? VVIX above 100, got to be in and out quick. As Dominic knows the rules. Yeah, when you get your VVIX as high, the possible volatility just randomly showing up is big. So today, the setups I do, and let me show you guys my best setups. And this is from our boot camp. That's $1 a class. I'm gonna tell you guys. If you haven't taken our boot camp, that's $1 a class. It teaches you position sizing and risk management. You're missing out. There's been thousands of people that have taken it since August. It's by far the most popular thing we do. And I'm not trying to sell a class. I think that's silly. So it's $1 so that you take it seriously and we get to keep the bots out. So really $20 for 20 days is not even putting money in our pocket. The 10,000 user accounts at Rocket Scooter is. So when I looked at the numbers and realized how big we got. But we're exploding in virality and popularity. You guys are completely blowing my mind on how much this type of trading is taking off. And AJ will tell you, as he's here, is that using options to forecast flow in the market is that everything moves together. Futures, options, stocks, they all move together. We're so primed to look at just technical analysis to trade futures, right? Looking at the charts of futures, the price of futures. You ever thought to look at options and SPY to find pivots in futures? Did you know I won a trading competition looking at options and SPY trading S&P futures and looking at options in NASDAQ trading NASDAQ futures, options in QQQ. So this is what you see on my screen. This is actually looking at the market from two different angles. I'm looking at my futures pivots, which are here. Each one of these lines predicts high volume. All of our techniques predict volume. Then I'm looking at options to get some extra clues. And that's kind of what we do here. And we're going to look at the market from many different angles. You hear people say words like gamma and delta. These are all options-based terminologies. We exploit the hell out of that stuff. So you guys are just tuning in. You guys know I'm a mathematician. I went to engineering school. I got to look at real numbers, man. I can't stare at, what I like to call baby analysis, like charts and charting. To me, just seems a little lacking for like my taste, what I want in this market. I want good stuff, juicy stuff. Okay, so strongest bull setups, I have plenty of them. Bear setups that we'll look today, I've only got 3 places I really ever short from, and I need very strong conditions to do so. Today, since we're gapping down pretty heavily, watch out for this number, the steady ratio. It's in the top of the platform. This is the most important key factor today. Did this gap down pop us into a bear market or not? One of 3 of our greater market analysis signals. I'm going to do one of 3. Or sorry, I'm going to do all 3 of them. The steady ratio is very important. If it's greater than half, we're still bullish. Like we didn't sell off hard enough to make it bearish. If it's less than half, then I'm going to be looking for shorts today. I follow what the stocks are doing. If it's greater than half, then I'm looking for longs against these same pivots. So this number automatically will tell me which direction I'm going. Number 2. I see where SPY is relative to MHP. So I'm going to draw a little less than or equal signs here. All right, that's it. What do you guys think? I want to poll. Let's poll the community. Up or down? Are we going up? Are we going down? The tariffs are a big deal because they're applied, and they're applied 2 different ways. This is going to affect many different economic data sets like PCE and inflation possible, wages possibly. There's a lot of data that's affected by this. The market is falling to price in that data. Two things happen with tariff. As a tariff is charged to the importer, they're the ones paying the extra money. It's not like you're really punishing the other side. You're just making it harder for them to make business deals and forcing the importer to choose to buy local. Now, what happens is when they pay a little bit more for that thing, they have one of two things they can do. Either A, they take the hit, or B, you take the hit as a customer. If you take the hits because they raise the prices to account for the tariff, which means prices of stuff goes up, which means stock market's going to come down. Number two is they don't make you take the hit. They just take a hit in sales, which means their earnings come down. And therefore, their quarterly earnings are expected to be doing less well, and therefore stock market also comes down. Tariffs are bad in every single situation you look at them. If it boosts anything, it takes a long time as people have to, get new contracts and work with new suppliers and rework logistics. It's not like a tariff is going to mean American business booms overnight. This is like a year-long change, if not longer, for businesses to catch up and get over those logistical bottlenecks of all that stuff. So, but what you have to think though is that historically, Trump uses the tariff. I've been trading since 2010. And so last time Trump was around, listen, if you guys just started trading in COVID, let me explain to you what it is. Hearing Trump say tariffs, I see I could tell whose first year in Wall Street it is versus who's been here for a while. All the COVID traders, like I say, all the gurus and influencers started trading during COVID. All these kids that started in 2022, now influencers. They're like, I told you it's a bear market. And I go, oh, it's cute. I remember my first year on Wall Street as well. And I do understand that, the market did fall. But typically what Trump has done in the past is threaten tariffs. They bicker for about a week. He tweets, just kidding, we worked it out. Nope, they didn't work it out. Nope, just kidding. Oh, they didn't work it out. And he's purposely like fucking with the stock market. That is what makes them pay attention, not just I'm going to throw tariffs. He's doing it to like create the volatility in their market, to crash their currencies, all kind of stuff. And it makes them start to listen. And then they finally buckle. And that's kind of what it's been like, right? So what usually happens is the market does this really bad. And then everyone hurts, but they usually hurt more. And then they usually bow down to Trump. Because at the end of the day, we get to rely on American consumerism to float most people's economies. Trump just basically says, we buy all your shit and we can stop buying your shit and you can all starve. And the countries are like, well, we got country pride. We can't buckle. And then they go, oh yeah, but he's right. Americans are the ones that buy all of our stuff. Okay, let's listen to the guy. And they usually work it out. So, this is different because he's applied the tariffs. This is different. So it's now the next step. If it doesn't change, you can expect the market to take, I think, a bearish stance for a little bit, as we have to price in either A, raising prices, which is going to lead to inflation, or B, lowering sales, which is going to bring stock prices down. Either way, inflation's like pissing in the wind, as somebody said. It comes back and hits you. It does. It really does. So it's not going to crush the economy. We've dealt with inflation before, and we came out just fine. But Wall Street is not going to like that. People are going to be asking for higher wages to afford stuff. Companies are in a hiring spree right now with the, if you look at the JOLTS numbers, companies are trying to hire people right now. And if people are like asking, it's a market where the employee has the ability to demand a higher salary because there's a lot of jobs and not a lot of people, believe it or not. The job market is outpacing the available labor. It's growing very quickly. And so people are able to ask for higher salaries. That's the problem we had in COVID. So there's a lot of fallout that can happen, but we'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think? So reading what y'all said. The countries don't pay the tariffs. The companies do. That's correct. It's passed on to consumer, which is us. Yeah. And Trump says sometimes. And they go, don't you think prices are going to go up? And he goes, yeah, sometimes. But the thing is that the company has to make the choice. If they raise the prices, competition is going to keep them in check. If they raise their prices too much, then you're the one that might choose to go do your business elsewhere. So companies are locked into competition. I would argue that a majority of the companies will eat the cost. That's my argument. Companies would rather eat the cost and keep their numbers good on paper than hurt their own consumer base. At least as a businessman, that's how I feel. If this were to hit Rocket Scooter and I have to come say, hey guys, I have to raise prices to $3.99 a month, sorry, I would lose a huge portion of my customer base. And I worked so hard to build it up, I would have to just rather eat the cost. That's how I feel as a business owner. But other businesses might feel differently. They will have to pass some of the prices on possibly. But it's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and everything's going to be twice as much. Companies will do shrinkflation, or they'll add, like, prices will go up incrementally to ease you into it. Nobody's going to give you sticker shock. So don't think that like this month or next month you're going to wake up and maple syrup's $40 a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Is that going to happen? Your fence was falling down between you and your neighbor. Asked him to help you fix it, but he kicked it down instead and blamed you. You know how Trump feels? Oh, that is funny. Oh, gotta love the border jokes. All right. You're going to work itself out with Canada. I think Ender's right. I think everybody realizes that you can't just have America threaten to stop buying your shit. I think that makes everybody kind of pay attention, because the fact that we're greedy, spoiled people over here and we buy everybody's stuff, I think everybody wants our business. So companies will eat the cost, as Neil said, and then switch to a different supply chain. I'm on the same page as Neil. I believe, as Neil has said, companies typically eat the cost and then over time switch different supply chain. That takes a little bit to work out. It's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and, you know, and maple syrup jokes or whatever. You're going to wake up tomorrow and it's like twice as much. If anything, the cost that goes up is incremental. Companies will try to eat as much as they can to not shock you into buying the product. Imagine you have a spot on the shelf and so does your competitor. You're not just like, shit, I have a higher cost, let me raise prices. You're actually looking at them too. You're like, I wonder if they're going to raise prices. Because if they don't and I do, then they steal my market share. In a business sense, that's everything. So competition usually forces the merchant to eat the cost, because they don't want to, and the other competition's watching them. And so they may decide to raise their price like a couple pennies so that it's not noticeable, which makes them raise their price so it's not noticeable. And then you're looking at them, they're looking at you, and you guys inch your way forward because competition pretty much, you know, leads you down that path. You're never going to like go out there and just price your thing in unless you agree with the other person to raise your prices simultaneously. Yet you guys can't do that. That's not legal, right? So you can't fix prices in the open market, and creating like a monopolistic force like that. So essentially competition prevents rapid overnight changes, right? So the Wall Street's going to price it in quickly, but it's not like you can wake up tomorrow and, you know, gravy fries are $90 a box. You know what I'm saying? You join the paper trade. Oh, HA's going to do it. That's awesome, dude. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I figure out I got a Dom in front of me. We'll see if the orders work. Maybe I should do a practice order. Let's see really quick. Okay, so my shorts today, let's talk about it really quick. I only shorted the upper band, which is not even in play today when this ratio is less than half, which we're going to see today if it is. I only short off of these bear zone tops, which are these light gray boxes, only if the ratio is less than half. And then I'll short off of this orange line if this orange line is less than 0. 3 places, that's it. I only got 3 short setups that I do. And when markets dip down like this, I don't do any shorts. So the only short potential I have is anywhere up in here. I'm usually down here, I'm longing back up to the top if I can, if I find a good pivot to bounce on. Another thing we need to do is calculate, we call our half gap. So I want you guys to do something for me really quick. It's a very key, important pivot. This will be one of your favorite things you learned this morning. You measure the close on Friday to the open in the day. And you come up with, what is that, 60.24? I'm just estimating. It's the halfway point. That's a really strong pivot on the way back up. And what I'm going to do, which happens to be close to this band, I like when they line up. Mark this guy like that. All right. So that's pretty much, if I can get a long from there to there, I'd be completely happy for the day. Let's do NASDAQ real quick. I'll show you the calculation one more time. The halfway point when you have an IOP gap down, like you have futures market runs a calculation called the IOP on the Globex, so it does a gaps of price. It happens every day at open and sometimes happens during events. You just measure close to open halfway point. 21,385.50. Market. We'll go here. I don't think the market's going to like this news until they work something out. So what it used to be was like Trump would say, we're going to do tariffs on your country, and the market would just tank for the day, and like literally tank for the day. And then the next day I'd be trying to figure it out. Then the next day he would tweet, we worked it out, or we got talks in place. It jumps right back up. And a couple days later, he goes, actually, we're going to go ahead and go through with it. So assume that in the next day or two, you're going to hear another announcement. He's not just like, this is absolute. He's using this as a bargaining chip. He's not trying to punish anybody. He's trying to get other people to do what he wants. And you'll find out pretty quick if they do or don't. He moves very fast. So the next day or two, expect the market to have a second response. And it's going to be as follows. If they work something out, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, just the idea that he says we're working it out, market's going to fly right back up and fill the gap. If they say we haven't come to a resolution, there's going to be a second sell-off. People right now, it didn't sell off that hard because people are expecting what I'm saying is that Trump usually works it out. So we shall see today. Good morning. What's up? Garrett, what's up? What's up? All right. Most businesses will eat some of the costs. Ender says, agree. Only shrink size of product, smaller packages, same price. I agree with Rich. We want to become the 51st state. Dude, I would like welcome Canada with open arms. Canada's like the Texas to the north, man. They're nice like we are. Seriously. You come to Texas, everyone's like super nice. Where everyone's just chill, everyone's sweet. Canada's like super nice as well. We need a niceness sandwich for our country. You know what I'm saying? In Mexico, Mexican people are the friendliest of all people. It's like the people in the middle of our country are the salt. We're like, that's like the salty people. No offense if you're in the middle of the country, but Texas and Mexico is like, this is like the kind, we call it the kind belt. We're like this. And then Canada, the kind belt. The American nice sandwich. Tariffs are bullish. At the end, I believe that they're bullish, as Pandal said. I think in the long haul, they're bullish. The short term, they're volatile. The medium term, people are going to take hits. But in the longer term, remember, ladies and gentlemen, money is a closed system. See, tariffs may hurt, I don't know, any company that's importing foreign goods. But if they change their logistics to order from a company that produces American goods instead, it's money that's boosting some stock somewhere and improving the labor market someplace somewhere, and the economic data will report that. Unemployment will come down, GDP will go up. Things like this are good for the long haul, and I agree with panel trading. That's correct. I even read what he said. Eventually, foreign companies will have to build factories in the U.S. I didn't even think about that. And even longer term, that's even bullish. Yeah. So like when you start thinking about it on the longer term, sure, things maybe cost a little bit more, but you are improving economic data locally, and that always looks good in the stock market. Get those CPIs coming out, you know, looking kind of meh, but those GDP numbers come out, those non-farms come out, and boy, they look a lot better than expectations, right? Trump already said this morning that Trudeau and him will speak at 3 o'clock today. Yeah, they did. And I remember when he said that, yesterday they were saying they were going to have talks this week. You know, the market didn't exactly like rally off of that, but hopefully so. Frozen Texas, a lot of earth minerals in Canada, no need for China. Most of your friends are in Canada. They're awesome people. Yeah. The kind belt. Yeah, should become a Canadian province. Honestly, Texas is the one state in the union that can secede at any moment. That was part of the criteria when we joined. I don't know if you guys knew that. 1836. Allow me to take you down a tale of time. Texas gained its independence from Mexico. You guys all remember the movies and stories about the Alamo and all that. It's a real deal. The Battle of the Alamo, you guys may not know, as famous as it was only like 136 people, something like that, against like 2,000 Mexican troops. It's a very small battle, but it's very historically powerful because Davy Crockett was there. Everyone knows Davy Crockett. And so, anyways, you know, when Texas joined the Union, I think in 1845, there was a little stipulation that said we can leave at any time, by the way. We'll join your United States, but because we were a country for roughly 10 years, the Republic of Texas. But then, not that it's, because I feel like if Texas were to secede, I feel like, you know, the U.S. Army would come stop us. But the joke around here is that we can leave at any time. It's kind of like we can just like, all right, you guys, y'all figure it out. Peace out. We're going to go back to the way it used to be. You have a come and take it shirt? Oh, nice. Oh, the Gonzalez, was it the, not Gonzalez, the cannon, the come and take it, which was from, not Gonzalez. It was, oh, what the hell? I always forget the name of the battle. It was from, yeah, the Battle of Gonzalez. Oh my God, my history is good. It's been a while. Look at that. I'm impressed with myself. Crypto got slapped. It did. Bitcoin is down. The meme coins are down. Some of the meme coins are down over half. Dude, it's just incredibly, like, this is a reveal as to what crypto really is. It is an illiquid, speculative, no substance thing, man. You guys gotta be careful trading crypto. It is fueled by nothing but hype, y'all. It is, S&P's down like 1.5% and Bitcoin's down like 10%, something like that. This is not a, it's just not a stable wealth builder for a diversified portfolio, you generational wealth hopefuls. Be very careful trading the crypto. Get in, get out of that shit as much as you can. Don't throw your life savings at the top. As people at the 100,000 were like, now's the time to get in. Every influencer out there in the world is following that MSTR nut job, like loading up his entire company on Bitcoin. What a lunatic. I'm not going to say anything mean about people, but this guy smokes too much meth. I don't know what the hell you're thinking. Who risks that much? Like, I always thought he was a smart guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seemed like a smart man when he talks, but why would you take abnormal amounts of risk to have that much exposure? Losing 10%, right? I'm sure the stock is completely going to collapse today. Whatever. All right, Texas Rising on Amazon Prime. I've actually never seen it. I'm going to watch it. Okay, we got about 6 minutes till market opens. Okay, I'm looking for long-only trade setups off of my long and strong pivots over here to the right. Remember, outside of DD bands, small trades only, maybe micros, but 1 to 2 contracts total. I'm not going to go much heavier than that. Sorry, 1 contract for the most part. I'm not going much heavier than that. I am trading the Trading View competition, so we'll see how this works. Ah, okay. I do have a DOM here. Found it. Found it. All right. What's up? Good morning, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button bottom right of your screen. Give us some love. Everyone do that real quick. Just show the algorithm who the best community is on the planet. Filling a partial gap today is a good play off the opening trade. I do agree. Looking for a little bit of a dip and rip. I'm usually very cautious outside the bands. I'm going to do long only. I'm going to do long only. Small. And off of only, it's scalps. I'm not reversing. Scalp only. Scalp. In and out. All right. We get to watch the VIX today. We got to get everything front and center. All right. Good morning. What's up? Good morning. What's up, CC Mars? Tyler, scrump, dip, and rip. We'll see. Hi, Matt. Thanks for everything. What's up, Stereo? Okay. 4 minutes till market opens. The first thing you guys need to pay attention to is where the stocks are. Is this gap down enough to nuke the market? The second thing we need to look for is these resilience numbers right out the door. Okay. They're going to be very negative. We want to see these numbers pop above 0 to show that the stocks are going to maintain and fill their half gaps. So I marked my half gap in futures. If these resilience numbers go greater than 0, it's going to take a path to try to fill this gap. So look at that. If you want to use the stop order on the DOM, you have to hold down over the price. Oh, and trading view? Okay. All right. I think you can try to win that league competition. What's the I haven't read the rules yet. What is the size limit on the contracts? Is there a size? Gamma says 930, 935 is a wait period. I don't disagree. Let's build some micros over here. It's good to see all you guys here. Got a full house this morning. Don't forget to smash that like button. Ooh, ooh. Today's going to be really fun. I wonder who's gurus out there. They're going to have a field day on Twitter. I want to see how many people became millionaires overnight. How many people get quiet today when they long into the close? Or who short into the close? I want to see who became a millionaire overnight. Fun to see. AJ. Bro, if you made $1 million on this trade and you're not flying me out to celebrate, I'm going to question our friendship. If you banked on that, we need to go on a trip, bro, and we got to celebrate. Let's go. Okay. Tag it to what you swung. Okay. I want to see it, man. It's going to be very crazy. There's a lot of people I knew were trading into the close on Friday. Okay. 2 minutes left. Let's see what we got. I don't think that the market's going to respond favorably. I don't think it's going to rip and not continue to sell. People are going to need some confirmation from Trump. The tariff news is big enough to affect next quarter's earnings. So people are pricing that in. That's what you have to expect. This is not just a volatility dip. This is a permanent thing. So we need Trump to change something to come back. So any longs I take are going to be in and out. This market is not going to rally today on this. It's not going to trade right back up to the top. It might trade up a little bit, but the market is literally pricing in higher prices for things and things like that. People know the math. They know how many billions of dollars worth of goods that is. They can calculate the actual effect on the PCE. I think I remember Jaguar was saying something that it's like eight whole points or something. It's incredibly hard, huge. I mean, we know how many billions of dollars of goods it's going to affect. You can calculate the effect of the CPI, like the banks, the quants that can put this together. CPI is expected to go up this much. PCE is expected to go this much. You know, and so the market is pricing that stuff in. This is not a temporary dip, so you gotta be very careful today. All right, y'all, we got the market move. Looks like we are getting volatile out the door. Let's watch these res numbers. They are going to be positive first, but let's see what they really are because the stocks have just opened up. These numbers above 0, stocks are going to move higher. Below 0, stocks are going to gap down, so we got to watch or gap down trend. So negative resilience. Obviously, which we'll see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw right here, res less than 0. We are not going anything above that like I thought. This number right here is that gap and go number. Wait for our liquidity maps to come through. We got our calculations running right now. We'll see what we get. Nothing yet, man. Let it move. We'll let it pull back. Their calculations will come through in just about 30 seconds. They're going to come through. Whoo, gotta wait. Gamma says, let's wait. I agree. Ooh. I'm excited. Let's see what we got. Today's class is oh, never mind. I was like, okay, I'm just being impatient here. All right, let's get the numbers coming through. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, this is great. All right, I like this. I like this already. I'm a little happy on this. All right, you guys know the rules here. We did bounce of hedge pressure. Shit. And resilience is positive? Okay. Let me see something real quick. Let me see SPY. All right. So here to here is basically the setup. There to there. That's not bad. Let's see what SPY looks like. There to there. Yeah, res is negative. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take long pivots only off of hedge pressure. We're going to let this dip a little bit. I'm going to go from here to here. That's the trade. So I'm going to wait on this one. Open, blue, open. This one right here. This. Inside of here, no play. I'm not doing anything there. And this is resistance. Res less than 0. So I'm going to let this dip to about right there. And long it to there if I can get it. Chasing up here is a little risky. Nasdaq is looking pretty clean, though, comparatively. So let's let it pull back. On TradingView, does anybody know how to turn off order confirmations? Just so I know in general. Like, if I try to buy something, how do I just directly buy on the chart? Can somebody show me the setting or whatever? On TradingView. DD greater than half, that's good. So longs are going to be pretty good to go. Let's put them side by side. I want to watch Qs as well. Any of you guys here help me with TradingView real quick? Is there a place so I can... I hate like the order confirmation. Can I just order straight from the DOM and auto send? Is there a setting there somewhere? The settings are very weak. Right click on the chart and go to trading. Settings, trading. Oh, here it is. Okay, instant order placement. Found it. Thank you. All right, so the question is, do we get that dip? Okay, let's be patient. Remember, volatile market can be patient. Here to here is the setup I want. As less than 0, this pulls back here. Trading S&P futures. And Nasdaq futures today. Same thing here. This is the perfect setup. Nasdaq's trying to make a run for it, so this is interesting to see. But when you have a tie between the two, S&P always wins for the most part. So I take the stance that S&P is going to win, then we're going to go down before up. But this is good. This is actually good enough to ward off the market. Okay, a couple of things. SPY greater than MHP, check. DD greater than half, check. So let's watch monthly maps. One more thing, long term. See what we got. Oh, this is Friday, so it's not really picking up the news just yet. But we'll see. Oops. Let's do this really quick. So this up. All right. I'm gonna buy the dip, guys. Just not yet from here. Got a little bit lower if I tap that. Bear market, flat, non-volatile, which is good. It's good to see that. The market is chopped up pretty bad, at least on Friday. We don't start to see short squeezing again until a week out, like February 14th. So after around expiration. So we're going to have a really nasty February. It's not really that good, and we are in bear territory with resistance right about that 605 level in SPY. So we're chopping, guys. I don't think we get the breakout rally till March, but that was my original position. Kind of chopped around in February anyways, before the tariff stuff. It's going to be a little worse now. Let's see what Nasdaq looks like. So we're waiting for the dip to buy. I'm going to say it's going to be close to about 80 points lower on Nasdaq. So right about the 160 level. About 160. That's what I'm looking for. To buy. So no shorting today. I'm looking for that to buy. Nasdaq's clean enough. Now we're getting a little bit of bump. Like I said, it's trying to make the move here, but man, that's what I hate about days like this. So yeah, no shorting, no crashing. Market's pretty decent for now. I just wanted to see like a trade like that, like this, here to here. But haven't got the dip that I want yet. So we're gonna wait till about 160 on the low to take a tap on it. Just roughly here. It's about like that. We're going to be patient on this one, y'all. That's what I want to do. $21. Did I say 160? 160. Oh, I'm sorry. 160 is about here. Yeah. S&P stock resilience just got a little bit less. Half cap resilience a little bit lower. More stocks are rejecting half cap and trading lower. So this is cautiously a bull trap on this open move. So I'm glad I'm waiting on this. So we'll let this guy fall a little bit. Manufacturing PMI is going to come out in a little bit as well. Let's go ahead and get our news. All right, so long setups today are good. I'm going to find the dip and buy. So this one is good. I'm not chasing the long. That would have been the trade I would have got. But, you know, these gap downs, I don't really put a lot of risk on the table. 6 minutes until the S&P Global comes out. Construction spending. This is going to be good good information in the manufacturing PMI, 20 minutes. So S&P Global and the ISM numbers, roughly 30 minutes from each other from now. It's not going to reflect anything related to tariffs, but yeah. So long, small, scalp only. That was a good call. I didn't take it though. I didn't find a good spot to enter. But as you know, we usually get the market direction right here. Don't wake up and take all the trades I see. But if you guys want to see what I've been up to lately, y'all can stick around and see. I need to roll this. So I did start doing Tradeify a week ago. In my first 5 accounts, my first 5 days, I'm already up 27,000 in funded accounts. It's not bad. So to see what I get for the next, you know, if I can go 10 straight days, all I need to do is get the 45,000 for a $15,000 payout. So we shall see if I get there. Not chasing this though. Today, not from here. But yeah, we'll see. So not bad. I'm about 75% win rate, which is pretty normal for me. Profit factor of 3, which ain't bad. My average win to loss trade, right on par. I usually keep them closer 1-to-1. I usually win more trades than I lose. That's how I make money. Because I'm the kind of trader that has a high win rate and doesn't go for like win big and lose small. I have a high win rate and I win the same size, lose the same size. So roughly that style of trading comes with somebody who has a very robust system that's the same application. Like I'm never guessing or gambling in the market. Or sorry, I'm never gambling. I'm always guessing. But I have a system that's works very well for me at the high probability. Some of my trades are 80%, 90% win rates, which my actual effective win rate does reflect that, right? So, but I don't try to like take too much risk. My risk and reward are very similar. That's why my win to loss is roughly the same size, and that's just the control I have when we teach that in our boot camp, right? So, let's get that $15,000 payout on the 11th. Let's go. Hey, wait, you're doing Tradeify too, right? You guys should check it out. Like if you like the straight to funded, that to me was the best. That's the best thing I've ever done as far as the prop firm world goes. Your second payout? Oh, we're getting paid on the same day? Very nice. I mess with Brett every day. I send him a message and I go, I can't wait for you to pay me. He's always laughing. They're always like, we can't wait to pay you. We're excited. I'm like, thank you. So always, it's fun. So yeah, you guys should, we have like the bots posting a couple deals. We get the best discounts with all the prop firms. If you guys go to our Discord, there's an affiliate link thing. You can get all the information about all the prop firms we work with. We have Elite Trader Funding. It's awesome. They're going to be on our podcast on Friday with me and Minx. And then we talked to Jada last Friday, and then we talked to Brett the Friday before. So Jada and Futures Family, we're going to check them out, after I get my payouts here. My job is to collect the live account from every one of these major firms. I've already got live funded from Elite Trader funding. My next step is to take as much from Tradeify as I can until I get live funded there. I'm just going to collect all these live trading accounts just for fun. Let's see if I can get funded everywhere. You guys made a list for me. Y'all said Tradeify, then Top Step, Funded Family. Let's see how many I can get this year just to do it. Does Top Step have promos or discounts? Not usually. They don't have affiliate programs anymore. If they do, everyone usually knows about it, but that's not like usual. You'll see that. Tradeify straight to funded is the best you've ever seen. Price to payout rules. Yeah. The rules are phenomenal. The 20% is the hardest rule that you'll get, which just basically means you have to cut your profits early. I've had so many $10,000 trades that I had to cut at 2,000 just to keep or 2,500 to keep the ratio down. I'm like, man, I want to let this trade ride, but shoot, I made my $3,000. I gotta cut it. But it's all part of the game. You have to win at trader funding programs, you have to be good, like really good as a trader. That's the hard part. You have to navigate your P&L. It's not just, you're not just, average traders like, I hope I make money. The pro trader in a trader funding program was like, I hope I don't make too much money. And you have to like choose like, oh, this is a day where I can make my 3,000. Okay, that's good. Ooh, this is a day where I'm probably going to not get the distance, but let me flip the account. This is a day the volatility is too high. Let me not. Like you're actually like choosing which days to compete in because you're like, what's possible. Like today's a day I could easily have made that $3,000, but also it could gone the other way. All I really want to do today is flip the account for a trading day. Rich, they got flip rules, or is it just open and close? I forgot to look that up, to be honest. Figured you guys would tell me. No trades yet. I'm waiting for, I want to do hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure. Paul, you got your payout Apex approved? Dude, I'm so happy to see all you guys get payouts from these places. That's amazing. Congrats, Paul. Fucking art, dude. I'm going to tell you, our community, these prop firms like us, but they don't like us. Because honestly, we have the most payouts of any trading community times 10. I swear, our P&L channel is just full of people with their payouts. It's crazy. You guys have impressed the shit out of me. We have a large community, though. That's also helpful. But you guys, there's so many people posting payouts. It's making me proud. I like it. So rules meaning like if I need to flip the counter for like for a trading day. So I need to make a trade. Is there a $50 minimum or $100 minimum for a trade? I need to look that up. Anybody know? Let's go to FAQ. Like days like today, I don't want to take a lot of risk. Does anybody know a Tradeify? Is it 200 or is it zero minimum? Oh, zero minimum? Okay, thanks. So yeah, I just need to flip a trading day, which means I need to get in and get out. This is a day that I don't want to put too much risk on the table. We'll see what happens at this 160 level. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for SPY. See, I didn't chase the bull trap, y'all. I tell y'all, resilience is literally the best trading indicator, period. Let's watch S&P today. That's the only one with the really strong pivot. So I got two really strong pivots on S&P. If the market decides to collapse out today, then I've got pivots in both of those places. So let's watch. Let's check VIX really quick. I'm going to prep a name for it, baby. Big gap up in VIX. VVIX at 110. It's just nightmarishly crazy. So let's wait to see if we get a little dip here on S&P. About 590. This is roughly 30 points lower. So that'll be about 59.44 S&P. Let me dip on that one. Yeah, it depends on the firm usually. So can I ask your programmer to move hedge pressure, half gap, MHE labels to the far right? You mean the ones at the top bar? Like these guys? You want them on the right? The reason we did it this way is because on the right, you get all these widgets here. So if you need to see any of these things, you already have little charts for them to get them on the far right. So like that. The ones on the chart. Oh, the labels. Oh, okay. So the reason it's not on the far right is because when the trading day starts, you're looking on the left. That's why we chose that. Does that make sense? Good thought, though. I originally had debated with the group on how to do that. And the reason we don't have everything on the far left is just for not being so cluttered. We noticed that, you know, open and close, everybody knows that this box is the open and close. So you don't need the words to tell you open or close. You'll know that it gapped up or down just because you know how much the market's moved. And so everybody knows these. That's why they're off to the right. So they don't overlap the hedge pressures and stuff. But when you're trading, the idea is that you're going to likely zoom in like this, and then you'll need to see the numbers. Hopefully that makes sense. Cool. Did anybody else get a message from paper trading on TradingView? I did not see one. Top step is the best. No consistency rules. You need to trade only 1 to 3 micros. Use your brokerage that's prop firm structure. Top step doesn't have consistency rules, but you also have to go through the eval process as well. So, I would say as far as there's 2 camps of prop firms. There's the Top Step / Tradeify camp, the 5 account camp, which is expensive but easier, and then you have your plentiful and harder but cheaper. So like ETF and Apex are in that category. We can get 20 accounts, 90% off sort of thing, and the rules are a lot harder. Trailing drawdowns, big consistency, things like that. Of the 2 camps, so far so good. Tradeify and Top Step, top tier. The other 2 camps, ETF, I like better than Apex, but Apex is like, questionably denying payouts from people, but I don't know if they have a good reason to or not. I haven't seen the evidence that these kids were like bad risk management or whatever, but I hate subjective rules. This is the one thing I don't like about those kind is the subjectivity to whether you get passed or not. You send out your payout with your fingers crossed, like, I don't know if I'm gonna get paid out. Like when I ask for payout from Tradeify, they're not, the rules are very clear and clean. So you have to be careful with the Apex world that you trade with all the fine print. And usually you don't know what the fine print is until you ask other people who got denied and they tell you some hidden rule. Like I learned from somebody, they said they longed, the market fell, and they longed again. And then the market like broke even and they closed. And so, well, I do that all the time in my real account. I doubled in, turned a loss to a flat and called it. Prop firm, however, Apex was like, oh, no, that's bad risk management because you're risking, 8 to make 1. That's a 1 to 8. That's very bad risk management. We're going to deny your payout. So when you do shit like you normally would do in a trading account, they tend to like call it bad risk management when that's good risk management. Cost basis averaging is fantastic risk management. It isn't a loss because you may have found a limit where the market is balanced to add into a winning position. It's not a loss until it breaks that limit and you happen to just trade at 2 places at once. And I heard about that. So you gotta be careful there. They should still pay you, but don't have to continue the relationship. Yeah. You remember that point system with conversion from SPY to ES? Yeah. So you have to convert in real time. If I want to convert 590 to S&P futures, you do 590. It's just cross multiply divided by X. So that's the price in SPY versus the price converted to futures is equal to the current values of both. So you would do like 592.69 divided by whatever current S&P futures are, 59.73. So essentially you're doing cross multiply. The value that you want to convert, do a fraction. This to the other is equal to the real-time fraction of the 2 prices. The thing is they don't trade like 1 to 1. So they kind of like trade like this. So the fraction always changes. So be very careful when you convert that number over, it's never going to stay in the same spot. So it dances around because the fraction changes. So whatever 590 converts to futures, that value is going to move around in real time. So it's a moving target. So just that's why we watch one and trade the other, because if you convert them, the converted number is going to dance because the ratio's never 10 to 1. It's always slightly off. Does that make sense? Both reses are positive. Yeah, that's not terrible. Now, again, because there's 30 points of drawdown, I'm in a weird spot. Because technically speaking, when res is positive, I do try to take the long from here to here in a normal good market, but it's not positive enough. As a matter of fact, it's right on the edge. And because there's 30 points of drawdown, I don't take it. So what I'm trying to do is do the smart thing, which is to let the market wiggle its way to there. I'm going to take a really strong long with a tight stop, and then I've got a really good long from here to there if I get it. I've got 2 really solid trades today. This is about a 30-point rip, about 3-to-1 trade if I get it. So we're going to watch and see. But yeah, this is like GeoCat. That makes sense? All right. NQ res and you're taking, yeah. And NQ is about to hit MHP, which is always a decent setup to try to long from. I know. The res widgets on the sidebar update every 2 seconds. You're correct. Yeah. What's the max position size on the trading view? Does anybody know? $10 mini. Do I want to take 5 on here? Let's take it. You just had 12 minis in? Wait, so what happens if you go over the position limit? That's my question. I just smashed the button and it like lets me get into as many. There's no limit. It doesn't stop you. You can't? Oh, no, it let me get into like 40 contracts. I just randomly clicked the button as fast as I could to see where it would cap out at. No, it literally let me get into 40. I'm not kidding. Like, it just let me keep pushing the button. I was gonna push the button until it stopped when you guys didn't answer fast enough. I since trimmed it back to 10 just to see, but I'm gonna YOLO this one right out the door just to see what I can do on it. MHP tap. All right, let's get something good. Let's see. I'll take it. Oh. Right up to scalp. Res less than 0. I'll take the scalp. Let's go. Pretty quick scalp. That wasn't bad. Yeah, but res is less than 0 though. I don't want to take it longer than that. That's the problem. That was easy. I know it's not a lot, But you know, money's money. I need to flip the account, so that's all it was. So that's $2,300. I know it doesn't sound like it's a lot, but I just wanted to flip the account at least once. So we good. Not bad, not bad. Put that there for you guys. Dude, I'm rocking like fucking 80% win rate in these Tradifys. It's not even funny. That's good. That's good. Guys, this is why y'all come here, okay? This is why y'all come here. The best to ever fucking do it on YouTube. There's not even a close, dude. There's not even a close second place. I love my YouTube friends out there. I can tell you guys something. There's not even a close second place in the YouTube world. There, like, if you were to rank the top 10, it's like they skip 2 because it wouldn't even be. I take up both slots. Like, I'm first and second place. This is crazy. Like, that's all I needed to do. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I flipped the account. I needed it. Needed to flip the. That's it. Literally, that's all I needed to do. Listen, guys, that was fun. News in 2 minutes. That's right. As Neil's reminding you, Neil, my buddy over here, Neil, very strong. When Neil talks, listen. Okay, got to remind you, we got to be out of the way of the news because the market can coin flip, and we're not gonna deal with that, right? So, greater market, by the way, this is from our courses. Believe it or not, 2 of the 3 things are bullish. Monthly maps, not bullish. Okay. So this is bullish. This is bullish. This is not bullish. Okay. That's the world's worst check mark. Not bad. We just need to flip the account. Like, that's all that we need to do today. But MHPs are always good longs to take. Again, I could ride this still. Ooh. Again, we're gonna risk much, but the long side is the correct side of the trade, as I wrote this morning. Like I said. There's a reason you guys come here to check this out. All right, see what we got. Again, stay away from this bullshit. Let the market be stupid. Let's read the news. We had the global manufacturing PMI come out 51.2. That's a beat against that. Construction spending much higher than expected. It's also good. I mean, this is good news we were expecting. As the market is starting to pick up, houses are starting to build, as people are starting to have easier lending standards to get over, to easily get a house. I just bought a house. So, you know, markets and interest rates are likely going to go up. So people are trying to jump in while they can. Demand's picking up for houses. And you know that because the mortgage rate's going up. They correlate. Higher demand, higher rates. All right. Manufacturing PMI 50.9 on a 49 read. That's good to be over the 50 fence when the estimate is less than 50. And prices, however, 54.9. That's the big one. Market's going to hate that shit, and it's probably coming down, and it's coming down. So, good news still, with the exception of the PMI is amazing. Very, very, very good. PMI is very good. Price is not so much. What do you guys think? Expected for like slightly inflationary bull market, right? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Check the course after the stream. Yeah. So price is a little high, but you know, I mean, that's the world we live in. It's not that bad. It's not post-COVID prices, right? So yeah, it's still in consolidation. I agree with you, man. Yeah, but like, you know, you get in, you get out. That's the whole point, right? This is by far, let me tell you guys. So a long time ago in 2020 when I did my million challenge, which the goal was to take $6,700 to $1 million on YouTube, I made it close to 100,000. I traded every single day, the same account, they watched it. We used to have about 2,000 concurrent people watch the stream. It was huge. And then during the time, we decided to build Rocket Scooter, the trading platform you see in front of us. I built this. I built the company. I built the platform. You guys can use it yourself. But the cool part about the platform is that when immediately we released it, I stopped trading on YouTube and I took about 2 years and traded only on Zoom. So a couple years back, we jumped back on YouTube, but the prop firm explosion was massive. So everybody got big and we were starting off from scratch. So while we had a big following in our Zoom channel, our Zoom calls, our YouTube presence jumped down to like 100 people watching it at a given time instead of a couple thousand or 1,000. So in the last 3 or 4 months, you know, you guys have like shown love to the stream. We're growing really fast again. Like 3 months ago, we'd have like maybe 50 to 60 people watch a stream and like 300 to 400 in our Zoom call. And then now we've consolidated everything and now we're back. We're getting like 400, 500 people watching the stream concurrently, thousands of people watching the stream in general. We'll be at 10,000 within 3 months. So I appreciate you guys giving love to the channel. You guys are supporting full transparency, watching me trade. Every move, win or loss, you get to see. I draw what I'm going to do on the screen before I do it. This is what sets me apart from everyone else. I'm never guessing. I've used the word bull trap because of an indicator I have. I waited for the trade that I wanted, that I literally drew before I took it. And it only took 3 minutes to make $3,000 in this bullshit market. And I got all the way for the news. I've been trading long enough to tell you I'm the best fucking person on YouTube to watch trading. I win contests. I show what I do before I do it, and you see it. It's never like I feel. I saw somebody the other day said, I feel like this is a good time to get in. I don't feel anything, man. I'm like super robotic about this. I don't have feelings. I don't feel the trades. I draw it like 30 minutes ago, and I wait, and I tap it. Why did you buy? You guys tell him why I bought. Here's how good everybody here, not only am I the best on YouTube, you guys are the best on YouTube as well. The audience of a stream, you guys, I'll give y'all some credit, are the best traders I know. I see the audiences of other people, and it's, no offense, but it's full of like drooling caveman, Lambo, drool in their mouth. You know, it's like, you guys are talented people. Everybody tell SQQQ, why did I buy? And why did I get out? By hands down, you guys are the best community of traders rallying around something. I see talented folks here up and down. That's why you guys stay here at this community. Full of degens. I mean, we're degens, but we're like better quality degens. We're like, so Neanderthal trade. Yeah, no, literally.
Buy Lambo. We want Lambo.
Okay. Why'd I buy? Why'd I buy and why'd I exit? I mean, it's drawn on the screen, but the shark pattern, the butterfly snake, people like 360 no scope headshot. Like I've seen ridiculous elephant pattern. Like, let's call it whatever. Me want Rolex.
Your Rolex made of stone. My Rolex made of river stone. Oh, nice, better stone than my Rolex. Bug. Honey, me want better Rolex.
My doorbell is ringing. Hold on. Hey. Hello. You guys tell him why I longed from there and why I got out where I got out. Oh, that was Amazon delivery. I was wondering if my Resto hardware couch was coming in early. I need to call you. All right. I long off an MHP every single time. This is the rule. Every single time I long on MHP. Below DD bands, I long every single time as well, but a small trade only. 1 mini or a couple micros. Okay. The probability, everybody, again, these are the people come to the boot camp. Want everybody to type it. Show everybody else that's not in the boot camp what they're missing. What is the percentage of days that close on the same side of MHP that they open on? What's the percent? 90%. And all, yeah, in all conditions actually. But yeah, ideal conditions is probably even better. But about 90% of days don't break through and go. Back test. So I always long there every single time, and I always take the long because our handout that we give you, and you guys, like I said, the boot camp, it's $1 per class. It's made to be free. It's only $1 so that bots and idiots don't come and that you take it seriously. We don't make any money on the classes. You will get the best free-ish trading education you ever had in your life with handouts to literally spell out everything I do. And as I just detailed the hour before the stream started, below these green lines, no shorting. Okay, let me put that off to the side. Okay, NASDAQ. Below these green lines, no shorting. No shorting. Small position, longs only. Let me zoom in. What am I writing on the screen? It's like all crazy here. Let me clean this up. So one thing you'll notice is I draw everything before I do it and it just plays out or it doesn't. I never go off the cuff. I never like, I feel this is going to go this way or not. That's goober stuff. That's traders still figuring. I'm not going to knock the newbies of YouTube, too much. They're new. I was new. I used to probably do the same stuff, but it's a league of difference in being new and being seasoned at what you do. I never feel anything. Small trade, longs only, strong pivots. MHP is one of them, and that is this orange line that you see. Strong pivots, there's 3 options, plus a fourth, but like 3 major options on the liquidity map. MHP, every single time is a trade. Every single time to next resistance. And so the next resistance is here because this indicator, this white line is less than 0, which means the bottom of this box is resistance, which is why I literally longed right here to here. I put $7,600 into the TradingView Leap account. First trade because I hit it max position because it's a paper trade. And I tell you guys, my strong pivots in the paper trade competition, I'm going to hit YOLO every time. So I'm up 7,600 because I hit it. I just spammed the max. And it let me get into 40 contracts, by the way. So I don't know if they're regulating this or if I'm going to get disqualified if I accidentally go over, but there seemed to be no limit to it. Because I popped the button thinking it would just cap out at a certain amount. But I need to make sure that I'm in the right, that I'm not just in a random paper trading account, that I'm actually in the contest account. That's the one thing I'm curious about. So if anybody's in the Leap contest, y'all want to walk me through this? I might have just made a paper trade into a paper trade account, but let's see really quick. Help me out with this, guys. You got rejected for 20? Okay. So paper trading, is this the right place to be? Shit, I'm in the wrong. Okay, I figured it out. All right, that's right. I was just right. So that didn't count. That didn't count. Okay, now I figured it out. Now I'm in it. Okay. I was in just regular paper trading. So apparently I figured it out now. I had to switch. All right. Now I'm in the good one. Well, that didn't count. That's okay. That's okay. I was just like, let me just see how max you can go with this. All right. So no trade on that today. Test run. Test run. We're all right. That's okay. No, I feel like in this market, I don't have to make any trades and I'll still go up the ladder. I feel like thousands of people are going to blow their shit up today. Chasing that long, right? Okay. So anyways, back to what we teach in our courses. I'm not trying to sell you guys a course, so just don't leave. But this is what we do here. So below the bands, which are way up here, those green bands, I long only off a strong pivots to next resistance. This is next resistance. That box pivots on this indicator. If that indicator is less than 0, it pivots down. Greater than 0, it pivots up. As you see, it's less than 0 when we got there. So it was pivoting down. So I took it from here to here and closed out. That's it. If this indicator, the white one goes above 0, then I'm trading it through the box, trimming there, and then if it bounces, going all the way to half gap, which would be the big trade we get today. But I don't think we get that today, but we'll just watch. But see, part of trading is waiting for what you want. I waited and waited and waited. It might not seem like a lot, but in the last 6 days of trading with Tradeify, I'm up over $30,000 in 6 days of work, right? Just tiny trades. That's it, in and out. And with Trump's market, you don't want to really put a lot of risk on the table. It's like, you know what I'm saying? AJ, I fucked it up. Wait, I didn't make a trade. You're already going to beat me. I traded in like the paper account. I wasn't actually in the actual TradingView Leap account, which was great. I could have been up, but technically speaking, I was technically cheating because I was in a huge position for a little bit. I'm just spamming the button. I'm like, I'm long 40 contracts. I don't think I'm in the right spot. So MHP, this contest, when I hit MHP or bear zone tops, I'm going to long them as hard as I can with the max position size. Because this paper trading contest, I don't care about the risk. I need to build a buffer against the competitors, which is part of the paper trading contest. Sorry your excuses, bro. Oh, that's it. That's it. I now am gonna. I don't care if I win this contest. I just got to beat. I got to beat A stocks. That's it. It's on, bro. I got one goal. Hey, are you gonna come? Come on Friday, dude, to the show with me and Minx. Like sometimes I get busy streaming. If you ever want to talk, because sometimes we got the prop guys up there, and there's like dead space. If you ever have questions, man, I'll put you up to speak, because sometimes we just we get like an hour and 2 hours sometimes with people, and I run out of stuff to ask them. So wait, one rule: we can't trade Nasdaq or M&Q, MES only. I don't see, the thing is with the paper trading contest, the problem is I only usually trade NASDAQ. Because for max position size of a limit of contracts, you guys know that tit for tat, anytime there's a fixed number of contracts, NASDAQ will make you a little bit more money on the dollar. Because one S&P, so when you imagine like the distance that markets move on my stop, comparing risk interval to risk interval, NASDAQ travels further and is weighted slightly different. So as in a real account, AJ's right. I would only trade S&P because the risk is better on the max contract. But NASDAQ, for example, when I run for 40 points on NASDAQ versus 10 points on the S&P, because if you look at the distance between the risk interval, they're multiple times over. NASDAQ is about 4 or 5 times the distance, and that's the safety distance I usually get for a stop loss. It's usually less than that. So my stop loss is roughly 1/4 of this. So every 10 points, one contract is $500 in the S&P. Every 10 points is, hold on, wait. Every 10 points is $500 S&P. Every 40 points, which is the equivalent distance of NASDAQ, is roughly $800. So NASDAQ paces itself roughly 60% faster. So in a paper trading contest, here's a rule of thumb, you guys. For something that's like 10 contracts maximum, NASDAQ will pace you faster than S&P traders. And AJ knows that too. But if we limit ourselves, dude, we're going to get beaten by the YOLO kids. So the contest only matters that you and I both get in the top 10. This is all that matters, dude. That's all I care about. So me and AJ, yeah, or blow you out faster. That is true. But the thing is with these kind of accounts, it's really hard to blow up because it just is unlucky to blow up. Even with big amounts like that. If I only wait for like strong pivots and hit them hard, I'm never going to go to the full 10 unless it's MHP or bear zone top or whatever. But I think it's only important that we both get in the top 10. That's it. But AJ's probably going to beat me. I'm terrified, mortified, petrified of you. That's my quote from A Beautiful Mind. Remember that movie? Okay. So anyways, down here outside of these lower bands, I don't ever short, I long only in scalp. And down here, there really is no trade. Monthly hedge pressure break, you have to be very careful, is an irrational signal. When you see this right here. This is another irrational signal. It triggers me on a sit out on longs. Now, if somebody that's really trading this seriously, the The appropriate short is off of this orange line, and I will take the short if this orange number is negative as well. These are arbitrage indicators between the stocks and the index. If the stocks are in agreement of negative gamma, then I take the short off of that as well. Right now, it's not bad enough for me to take the short, so I'm not doing it. But because it's close, I'm not taking any bets down here. This is a glorified sit out. Like, I'm not going to bag hold. I'm smart enough to know that the shit's falling. So when people are like, Matt, why you always long the market? You don't understand that like 90% of my trades are long, and that was like whatever this was, like 2,000, 3,000 bucks, something like that, whatever it was. Markets are falling. I could find long setups in the middle of it. So it doesn't mean that I have to get the direction right. So a lot of times you guys are seeing the market's falling and I made my long scalp and I'm in and out. And right now I'm probably gonna do nothing else. I needed to flip the account to make it create a trade. This is the perfect flip day. When the market's crazy, market's collapsing, you know, these have consistency rules, right? So I can't go in and just like make 40K, 50K a day. You really have to pace yourself. For a 9K minimum with a 20% consistency is really hard. I mean, you basically, none of your trade at the 9K, none of your trades can be over what fifth of that. So on average, your trades need to be roughly 1,800 bucks a pop. Now I'm aiming to get 20K in the account instead of the minimum of 9 because that covers me for the second payout. So basically I can just flip the account and get paid again in 2 weeks, the other 15K. So I'm trying to hit 20 really fast in the first week, or the first 2 weeks. And at 20K, your 20% consistency means I can get 8 trades at 2,000 and 2 trades at 4,000. So when you add that up, that gives me a 16% consistency, which means majority of my trades would be roughly 2,000-ish, with a couple of really big ones at 4,000, no greater. So Timothy says you can trade CL, so you can trade oil, micro ES, NASDAQ, MBT, MCL, M6C, so these are currencies, gold, NASDAQ. That's it, huh? Of all of those there, NASDAQ will be the one that produces the most run day to day, I would say. Maybe some of those currency pairs if you get lucky. But on average, I think NASDAQ on the contract maximum will give you the most run per day, like the most percent gain per max contract. I'm not really sure about MBT or M6E to see what their day to day is, because I don't really watch those charts too much. But of oil, like compared to oil and gold, NASDAQ is going to produce a little bit more. You might get lucky in certain times where gold is just rocketing, and sometimes gold traders win paper contests. But for the most part, the winners of paper contests are either usually going to be NASDAQ or currency traders for the most part. Micro Bitcoin is also eligible. Yeah, so that's the shit part, is that anybody shorting Bitcoin getting lucky on like 10% drops at full YOLO will win the contest. Sometimes paper trading contests with multiple contracts, I hate because they allow gimmicks to win. So a gimmick would be you YOLO'd at the right time, and out of 20,000 people, one person's bound to have like shorted into a 10% fall, you know, just lucked into it, and then they win. That's what I don't like about contests that have multiple types of contracts. It's not an even playing field. But the most well-rounded thing that has enough volatility so that you can grow day to day is usually the NASDAQ. You're going to have enough growth to at least catch up to a person that lucked in and YOLO'd once. You might have to build up to get it, but DD and both res measure keep going up on the S&P. So what this is actually telling you is the following. Let me give you a couple tips on this. So anytime a stock, let's pull up a stock, for example. You guys give me a stock you want me to pull up. I'll tell you how resilience works really quick. With QQQ below MHP, is it okay to trade off the ES on SPY edge pressure? So the way that I see it is that any stock that's below MHP makes me have less confidence in everything. Sorry, any index. So my confidence in general is less. I'm already irrational, and we have MHP break. So I'm trading very small everywhere else. Like if I were to touch S&P, it's like micros only. Like I wouldn't be trading a lot. Specifically speaking, I would be very cautious. Now, I don't know. Oh, somebody Trump saying something? Hold on. Trump must be saying something, y'all. Let's see. Let's get my financial juice up. French, hold on. ECB, hold on. Money markets boost bets on ECB rate cuts. Now pricing the depot rate at 1.85 in December from around 1.95. So looks like we have some interesting stuff coming in from France. ECB conversation. Oh, that's not going to affect anything. That's just going to be volatility. Okay. So ECB rate. So markets are now pricing in a 1.85 rate from the expectation of 1.95. So roughly 0.10% cut in the ECB rate. I don't know if they said something, but why market? Somebody must have said something. They didn't cut the rates just now. They're talking about rate cuts. So the rate isn't today. Somebody must be saying something. There it is. Mexico's president Scheinbaum. There it is. All right. They had a call with Trump. So they had their call led to some accords. Like I told you guys, when it comes to I get this. This is why you guys follow me, follow me on Twitter. I tend to, I've seen it all. And I tend to tell you, like I said. So as you gather around, kids, for tales old as time, you can really tell who started trading during COVID. We see a lot of bear market told you so posts in the last hour. Not a bear market, kids. It's a Trump Monday. Source, that's me. I've been trading for 4 years. I was there. They'll usually figure it out by Tuesday. I said, comedy aside, 2016 to 2020 was monthly threats of tariffs, and that's Trump's angle to get people to take him seriously. The other side and him always worked it out. The market is pretty resilient over long haul, but the headlines cause multiple days and plunges on threats. So that's basically it. All right. Anyways. Matt caught 1 minute left. Look, like I said, have fun with this one, guys. If y'all got 200 points in NASDAQ, y'all are some lucky mofos. But this is why you don't short markets down here either. Are you filling the gap? Half gap. Like I said, let them talk it out. God, I wish I would have been YOLOing on that TradingView paper contest, though. If I were longing up here, honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, if I were in a position right now, I would cut out. I would take this. When you get big spikes off of tariffs delayed for a month, that's good. That's really good. They usually work it out. President Scheinbaum. I didn't know Mexican had a president named Scheinbaum. That is the least Mexican sounding name I've ever heard in my life. It's a lady. She's actually Jewish. Well, she sounds Jewish, of course. I have not been paying attention. I should probably be paying attention to who the major players are so I can be in the loop. Mexico's now hot on the scene. Hot topic. I need to figure out who's who and start paying attention. Was she born in Mexico? I don't know. Love it, man. You changed your game. Lucas, who's banking today, guys? All right. Who's making money today? Y'all let me know. Rockets in chat if you made money. Oh, no. I knew Mexico had a president. I said I didn't know Mexico had a president named, and I was trying to pronounce it while I was thinking. I didn't know Mexico had a president named Scheinbaum. President of Jewish origin in Mexico. It's North America, man. We're such a diverse continent. That's what I love about North America. That's cool. I don't know who, because we don't really talk about Mexico that much in the stock market world. We should. We need to be paying attention to all the pieces and all the players, right? You know how we do. We have to be on top of the news. But that's how little I pay attention to reading news. You guys made money today? Oh, it makes me feel so good. I feel so good when you guys make money. That's hot. All right. So the question you had earlier was that resilience going higher. So guys, listen as I tell you a tale as old as time. From 9:02 until 9:15, resilience suddenly was taking a little bit of a, right? 9:21 was when the news. However, ladies and gentlemen, at 9:16, look, let me explain to you why you knuckleheads want to become a politician. At 9:15, my time, as somebody said, what does resilience mean? That means that stocks that have gapped down are now filling their gap to the other side of this white line. And the news came out at 9:21. Let me explain something to you about politics. I've traded Trump long enough to know that everybody's fucking buddies get a 6-minute head start on the headlines because you always got to be watching for clues. As somebody, who was it? Kulu? Kulu was saying, I think, was like, what does it mean when resilience is going? I mean, noticed it a little bit ago, didn't you? What did you say? It's hot. Markets are moving first, baby. Watch, hold up. Kulu, what were you saying? Literally like 15 minutes ago, right? Asking about res, asking about what's going on. What does it mean when the resilience numbers are going up 6 minutes sooner? We gotta clip this. This is a great clip. My phone is like overheating. What the heck? All right, hold on. Okay, so over the weekend, we gapped down because of tariffs on Canada and Mexico, right? Threatening other countries with tariffs. And they're threatening tariffs back, and then they go into place, and now the market gaps down. Now, in the middle of the day, as we're sitting here, we have an indicator called resilience. And let me just put up a random stock, Tesla as an example. Okay, and let me just show you on the chart what this is. Every stock has a gap every single day. Stocks gap up or gap down daily. Okay. And in this particular mode, we had close here in Tesla and open here today. We gapped down. Now, what resilience is, this white line right here is a market cap weighted sum of what all the stocks are doing in their box. We know that stocks like to pivot through that box and touch that box all day long. It's where high volume is going to be. And so if every single stock was sitting on its halfway point, resilience would be 0. Okay. If just one of the 500 stocks in the S&P started moving slightly above, resilience would jump to 100. If all the stocks are flat and one of them started trading slightly below, resilience would jump to negative 100. It's a seesaw that's showing the weight of the market cap. Is it fluxing this way or that way? That's it. When you add up all the stocks. Now, some of the stocks are here, some of the stocks are there, some of the stocks are there. They're all over the place. But what we care about is that the majority of the market cap is pushing this way or this way through its gap. That's all it is. And then this looks at how far the SPY and QQQ are lagging behind that and tells you a value. If res is positive relative to the S&P, an added bonus to that equation is that resilience is going to trade higher. If resilience is trading higher, it means the S&P is lagging behind the stocks. And so what's neat today, and you'll learn this about a Trump era market when it comes to threatening tariffs, is that The market was trading lower, and somehow we just jumped. Geez, that's what, 200 points in the NASDAQ futures. Wow, like in 10 minutes. But do you notice something peculiar about the stocks, I don't know, 10 minutes ago? See, for some reason, and again, as people, this is why you join Rocket Scooter, the stock market never hides from you. Never. The evidence is always there somewhere of somebody knowing something before we know it. And as we got the headline right here, as Mexico's president calls a press conference and states, we have delayed the tariffs for a month. Doesn't it make sense that right here and right here, oh, I don't know. Let's zoom into the exact moment. See, resilience, we get the exact up-to-date 2-second ticks on this thing. And let's get the big one out and see. Oh, let's just make it bigger here. Right about, oh, I don't know, here at 9:16 my time, the stocks took a bump. Is this interesting to you guys? And we got the headline at 9:21. You can watch the maneuvering. Somebody in chat was asking, hey, what does that mean when res is going up? We ignored it. But after the fact, you can see that people were covering their shorts very rapidly 6 minutes before the headlines come out. And if you wonder why it's really hard for you to make money as a trader, this is why. Because this shit is unfair to all of us. The first thing they do before they make the headlines is call their friends to let them know. As a matter of fact, we had a theory 8 years ago that was Trump and Chinese politicians make a phone call and say, hey, you guys want to make some money together today? Sure. Well, let's pretend to fight for a week and then let's make up and we'll all bank. And unless you do this and we all make money, I'm gonna put tariffs on your country. And they're like, oh, because it's not threatening people with tariffs that's going to make them buckle. It's, I don't know how much money, President Scheinbaum's Mexican business friends likely just made. Millions of dollars in 10 minutes as a, I don't know who got in early, but somebody got in early. And how do you sweeten the deal is to play a game in the stock market. This is the same shit, different decade. I'm telling you guys, Source Pro, I did this before. You buy the dip on the news you created. You didn't see anything until there's a distinctive bump on my chart. 6 minutes early. Do we all see that? This is a significant change. Which stocks moved that quick? Let's look at the scanner and see who it is. Rocket Scooter's so good. Half gap breakups. We can search for them. Who are the guilty parties and how early did they get in? This is what I love, and this is what I hope you guys love by being here. Some stocks moved as early as, okay, so this stock moved on the news. Okay. Bank of America. Some covering before the news. Let's see who moved. Goldman Sachs. Let's see if the banks are the ones that got. Jesus, stop moving around so much. We need to search for the ones that moved the farthest. Let's go. Alibaba. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I'm going to say is that Alibaba started covering at 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Covering for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes before the news. What country is Alibaba in? Oh, my God. I fucking quit. Jesus fucking Christ. See, ladies and gentlemen, you may not know it, but Trump's working out deals with China behind the scenes, it feels like. Because for some reason, Alibaba's been rallying all morning. I don't know if that's a coincidence. I call their buddies in China. I mean, listen. I mean, listen, guys. If I disappear by suicide via 2 gunshots to the back of the head, I'm letting you know now. I have no intent. I probably shouldn't fly anywhere on American Airlines for the next. Oh, that's too soon. Too soon. I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, this is great. I mean, you see the evidence of stuff here. All kind of neat things go on behind the scenes. And so, like I said, it's all in our interest of big, great America. But you have to say in Wall Street, it is slightly unfair to you. Oh, that's my scanner is crashing the platform. Hold on 1 second, guys. Reset it. Like I said, you got to love. Oh, Chinese. Man, Alibaba and rallying all morning. That's awesome. People are overly confident in one particular stock. Oh, it's just so neat to see. I mean, I log out. I log back in. Hold on 1 second. Let me come back here. Joking about the disappearing act. I don't want. iTalk's probably freaking out. No, they're all scheming, guys. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that, but I have to let you know that Wall Street's unfair. If you're not doing okay at trading, we need to make it as fair for you as possible. That's what we're here for. Teach you guys some of this stuff. So let's get back to that scanner. Now that reset my browser here. Half gap breakup. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go ahead and clear out some of the stuff up here. Connect the scanner here. My scanner has disconnected. Well, you guys get the drill. I mean, you call your friends and say, we're going to, it's like, hey, I need you to do something. Well, okay, well, I'll let you know. We're going to work it out. Okay, cool. So, this is the same kind of trading. We saw this in 2021. In 16 to 20, sorry. Same stuff. You'd always see someone navigating quicker. How does the scanner process down? The scanner down for anyone else, or is it just me? The scanner broke. Hold on, let me refresh my whole platform here. I have to. Nancy put somebody making that money there. Is scanner okay for you guys? Something going on with my computer. You made 6,700 on the leap. Very nice. Yeah, so when SPY touches a pivot, I trade the futures. Is the scanner down for anyone else, or is that just me? I need to be nominated for the Presidential Merit Medal of Freedom because of resilience. Oh, it's so good. Such a good indicator. This is why you don't short. It's nonsense. The market, all the evidence, 2 of the 3 signals are bullish. Is it down for you? All right, let me let him know. Let's see if we can get it back on. The reason why scanner crashes, and I'm going to tell you why, we actually crashed the process, is because our scanner is different than most other platforms. We actually send all the results back, hundreds of results, and it's just too much data streaming to everybody's platform. So I'm gonna create a limit on this where it only sends like shows the first 10 results, and you have to click to show more. That way, it cuts the traffic and the memory and the processing time down and everything on the servers. So that'll be what I'll do to fix the scanner for you guys. Don't worry. Yeah, the process actually crashed, so it's actually down. It's a project we did have to limit the burden on the scanner. A quantity box. Yeah, the default people to the amount, though. We wouldn't, like, instead of letting people choose an amount, just show 10 at a time. That way it's the same. So every time you, like, click the button, like, show 10 more, it'll show 10 more. Or whatever. Yeah, something like that. Your scanner's working? Okay. Yeah, mine crashed out. Anyways, goal is that let's see if there's any American companies moving it at 10:16 in the morning. Nope, nothing. Amazon not moving. Microsoft. What does Nancy Pelosi like to trade? Nothing here. Nvidia. It's got to be something in the S&P because it was resilience was moving. We're looking for high volume roughly at that same time. Not Apple. Goldman Sachs. Nothing there. Oops. That's your latest bet. Everyone else was still selling, so I'm wondering which companies would be moving. Look at some Pepsi. That's top 10. I mean, some stocks were covering a little bit. Yeah, so interestingly enough, here's some evidence of this. Like, Pepsi's really high up in the NASDAQ right here. That was 2 minutes before the news. Big covering, even more so than the news. So there, look, this is about 2 minutes early. So, like I said, headline news came out at 21. Largest covering as Pepsi's being covered for the past 6 minutes, as we said. Big candles, big increasing volume. Yeah, so I mean, it's stuff like this, right? Somebody's clearly getting the phone call before the headlines come out. And you get evidence of that all day long. And Rock Scooter shows you the evidence of that. It's kind of nice. Are they suspicious to you? Why I fade the DD bands on here? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm glad you asked that, Naz. I love you, man. You know I do. Hell no. Hell to the no. No, Trump undid what he said. I wouldn't short it. I wouldn't short a damn thing. I'm looking for longs again. I'm gonna find a good long to get in on. Strong pivots only. So today, I know it sounds kind of funny, but every single time trade, oops, sorry. Every single time trade, cover on the bounce here to there. There's two really good trades to take. Trade number 1, trade number 2. I wait for, it's funny that I'll chase it there and I'll chase it there every day. Every single time trade in SPY, every single time trading Qs. Delaying the tariffs for a month is very good news. As a matter of fact, that's what caused the market to crash out. Testing the half gap today is very, very probable. So today, I'm definitely going there. Now the question is, do I want a long and half gap? Usually always do. No, I never short the DD bands. Never. I don't short against the bottom. Only short against the top if the ratio is less than half. So be careful that this number doesn't drop below half today. Now the question is, I just rolled the accounts forward 1 trade. This is a good long setup. I always long from the bottom bands here. So this, technically speaking, I should try for a long today. From bottom DD band on NASDAQ. All signs are there for it. Boy, I am being risky if I touch it. But I like it. I think it's good. I think everything's good. Let me touch it in 2 accounts. Just 2. Just 2. Wait, no. Wrong 2. I always long the DD band. Not bad. Let's just tap it. It's very small. Just 1. Set and forget it. Let's see what we get. I always have to, technically speaking, I always have to take the long up DD band. Statistically is the correct trade to take. Now, again, I'm going to experience some drawdown. I might lose $1,000 in each account if it does reject here, but I feel slightly all right on this one. I always have to take it, statistically speaking. So we'll see. So you have to take it. That's the rule. Confidence is pretty good on this one. Half gap tap. Maybe I might turn this into one of the bigger days. I'll keep it small. I'll keep it small. Now, the tandem trade here, it's interesting setup. Like I said, DD band, I'm going to draw right here. This is good. This is good. Hold on. DD band is about here. So here to there, if the ratio is greater than half, the trade continues all the way to there. Then I X, and then I wait for this trade from here. Like really, this is like part 2 trade is really big. Like I said, I'll just plant 1. I'll risk about $1,000 or so bucks on this, but I really do feel okay on it. So here's the test. Let's see if we get to retrace. So I'm not putting a lot to the trade. Long above the band, something always gotta do. Scary. I probably should put some micros on this, but the volatility is still there to be big. But the S&P, I like to trade all the way through. I think it's good. I think we're good. Let's hit it in the leap. Why not? All right, I'm going to go long in the leap. Fingers crossed. I said fingers crossed. Keep like a lookout for other headlines. Technically speaking, statistically, I have to take the long. It's risky. Here to here, I watch it. The ratio is greater than half, which is good. I take it all the way to there. It's about a 2-to-1 trade. So this is trade number 1, if I get it. Trade number 2 is if we support 521. It goes all the way up to like 526. Hold on, I got to make this smaller so you guys can see all of it. Trade number 2 is on a support. Dude, that would be amazing if we got that. All right, we'll just see what happens. Monthly maps are bearish. That's the bad part. That's a bad part. Monthly maps are not bullish today. That's the sad part. this out of the way here. But you expect that after Friday's move. You know, you knew things are going to be crazy, so. Kind of a risky trade, but I definitely want to make sure I can get. I have to, technically speaking, I have to take this trade. Statistically, I have to take it. One thing that does scare me is the volatility. I might get shaken out of it, but we'll see. I always take the reclaim longs on DD band. I always got to take it, so we'll see. Res is good. Res is good across the board. Yeah, res is really good. Let's just see. My entry could have been better, though. Whatever. I don't know. Everything's stabilized. Resilience is good. DD ratio is good. We got a good liquidity map. We're back inside DD bands. Whatever happened overnight doesn't matter anymore. Trump undid what happened. This market's going to rush. It's going to go higher. It's good. I'm glad I'm in on the long. I believe in it. But then again, like I said, market's still volatile. I might get shaken a little bit before it works, but I do think it's going to work. I think we're in a good spot. But it's going to swing up or down like $1,000. We'll see. It's a risky trade, but I have to take it. Like my rules are, I have to take it. So we'll see what happens. Blah. Man, my entry point. My entry was kind of booty on this one. I can add a much better entry, to be honest. Res is still good. Yep, res is still good. Market's good. Supporting half gap. Yeah, I think it's good. Not worried about this at all. Although the drawdown's going to be kind of wonky. That's all right. It's getting like really hot in this room though. That's the half gap that we were at, the 21 through 85, the one I talked about earlier today. That's this particular level. Halfway point on the gap down. So you guys remember that in futures? Remember that line from today? That's the one. I feel good. Always gotta take it. This is it. We've achieved the half gap, and now the gap fill is in the vicinity. Come on. Let her rip. Come on. Come on. Might get a 300-point dip. No. No. It's going up. Not for me. Oh, no, not for... No, it's going up. Oh, it's going up. We got to say... We got to manifest what we want. I don't know if it's going up. I'm going to manifest that it's going up. Gotta manifest it, man. Come on. Give me that money. Let's just ride the one to the top. Let's ride it all the way to the top. Guys, hey, by the way, I'm very sad that 450 people are here today and only 151 likes. Do you dislike the content? My heart is hurting. Like, I feel the pain. The pains in my chest. It hurts. Did you wake up today and you're like, I want to hurt Matt's feelings? Come on, let's manifest. Let's say, and it could, yeah, it could fall through 400 points, but let's say the opposite. Let's say it's going to rally 100 points from here. Let's manifest what we want. How about that? 518 to 520, first of all, is an 80-point run there, which I cascade a trade into there, which is roughly 120 points from here. So roughly 540 as today's target, give or take, about here. If the trade sets off, it's not a bad risk to reward. Statistically, I got to take it. $21.5 first target, and then go straight to there, and then I X out. That's the trade. So roughly 3-to-1 trade. Pretty simple. I just throw a contract at it. We'll see. I YOLO longed in the leap contest because I'm a degen. So let's see what we get. There's volatility trying to step in here. So this quick candle is making me nervous. So we gotta be very careful. The R&R is good. Res is good. DD ratio is good. Yeah, market's good. Let's see it. Wish me luck, guys. Statistically, I have to take the trade. It's a good setup. If it kicks me in the ass, I got a hedge pressure long, which is fine. I should have taken the hedge pressure long, but that's not a high. We don't call this a high, a strong pivot below DD band. It doesn't qualify. So what's kind of funny is that I know it sounds kind of weird, but I have to take the trade where it makes sense. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay. I'm only long one contract and 2 accounts. That's it. What do you guys think? Are we ripping? What do y'all think? Are we ripping? I always have to long a DD band when DD ratio is greater than half. It's all my rules. And you guys, if y'all take our courses, I'm going to tell you the rules are very cut and dry. I take DD long every single time. Every single time. Every single time. I don't care if you bounce, you break, you do. I long from there every single fucking time. Every time. I always do it. I have to do it statistically. If it loses, it loses, which is okay. I must long every single time. This is what we call EST trade. No matter what the condition, I take some kind of trade. I'm really hot. It's hot as shit in here. All right, we're getting serious. Every single time, this is why you join Rocket Scooter. Every single time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shirt sleeves mad is scary. I know. Well, it's like not winter time anymore, so I'm not necessarily wearing a jacket every day. This is why you guys join Rocket Scooter. Now again, I don't like that it's not doing crazy good stuff, but I took profit on some of these accounts. Like I said, I got to keep my P&L close to the same amount on a day-to-day basis for consistency. I've got one account open. I've closed the other 4. I played both. I ended up playing all of them. I know I said I had 2, but as it dipped right here, I grabbed more. And then I closed out. The only one I'm long in is this bottom one right here. That's it. So other than that, I've locked in for $5,100, 51 something plus or minus whatever this account is doing. Yeah. Up 7%. Bro, let's go. Nice job. Nice job. I'm only long in the one account. Oh my God, it's trying to sell. Statistically speaking, I gotta trade. I gotta take one. I gotta trade just one. Let it do its thing. I gotta take the long every time. Only a 40-point stop on this though. I'm just hanging on. That's why I said one contract. The risk is high, volatility is high. So make sure nothing. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, dude, all this is happening like literally before 10 o'clock my time. This is nuts. We got the hour close in European markets. Remember, we had ECB talking about rate cuts. So I think that the market's going to have a little bit of volatility to end up the day. Man, that's crazy. I feel all right. But let's see. Let's hold that half gap. Let's test it. God, like my brain is just like push the button one more time. Be a maverick, Matt. Be a risk taker, Matt. Your biceps pump with money. My biceps say I haven't worked out since like Thanksgiving though. I'm looking a little scrawny, I feel. I usually work out all the time. I had the flu for like 2 straight months. It was nuts. All right, let's get back above the CD band. Things are good. Ratio's good. Resilience good. Everything's good. So I'm not afraid of this. I'm only going to risk getting this one account. I've made a decent P&L. I was just trying to flip the accounts today, but it's a little bit better than I thought. So we're good. I'm excited for you guys. Who made money today? Did I make money? I always play stops 40 points lower than the expected pivot. So it would be 40 points below 412. So about 370 is roughly where I'd exit this trade, about right here. It's trying to sell. We'll see. This bottle of water tastes like paint. That's going to flavor to that. Like plastic. I make money today? I might lose money on this one account, but I'm up on all the others. That's okay. This half gap, I mean, the news has undone itself. So let's go. Let's see on this one. Maybe crazy if I just have the one. 370 is about where my stop is. Give or take. Wow, this one's moving quick. Fuck this. Okay, I'm going to count to 10 and close it. Get above 370. I have to trade small. Like I said, I still believe in it, but this is my stop. This is the limit. Do I click the button or not? Good. I'm gonna give it like 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Go. Get above. Get above. Hang in there. Hang in there. That fell quick. I don't trust single candles like that in a bull market. I don't. I hang. So I'm like, I'll count to 5 and close it. We're good. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. I feel all right. Reclaim the half gap. Let's go. 386. Go. Get above. If it gets above, we're good. If it gets above, we're good. Like I said, I don't use hard stops. I use mental stops. I watch. I don't trust single candles that move like that. I'm good. See, this is why I teach another thing. Know where you need to stop, but know how markets move as well. Decide you need to do it. I don't trust a single candle like that I looked and there were no news. The market's just flushing pre-European close. They got ECB stuff. People taking profit. We're back. I think we're good. As long as you reclaim the green line, we're back to rallying. But again, this white line is the pivot that matters more than anything right now. Yes, above 60-40. Right, half gap also. Res is good enough to float half gap. I'm not worried about this. The volatility's there. I expect the drawdown, which is why I only have one contract, ladies and gentlemen. The professional side of trading is about how big you trade. Now, I could still lose $1,000 or $1,500 on this trade. Yes. But the idea that I'm not over leveraged because I know the volatility is high is part of the trick. So that's like literally right on the edge. The 4 counts at the top are locked in. This is the only count I'm trading with one contract. I'm gonna let it ride. This is the one of my 5 accounts that has the least profit, which is why I'm trying to run it. I need some profit on this one. This one I've traded smaller than the other ones, so it has a little bit less. It's got a lot of work to go. So I gotta put something on it. I love that you guys tune in every day, man. This makes me feel good. We have a good time here, don't we? By the way, I'm going to plug the classes really quick and also talk about Tradify. So our classes, our boot camp that you want all the handouts and all the cheat sheets and use Rocket Scooter. We have a half price thing. It's $99 for the first month. It's normally $200, but it has the Discord access community, the boot camp, the platform, everything, all the indicators, all the tools is $200. But we have a sale. It's $99 for the first month and $159 every month forever. It's $40 off forever. It's our grandfather boot camp launch sale. So you guys get in, you will lock in the lowest monthly rate it'll ever be forever. And you can, years down the road, if it's $399 or $499, you're at $159, doesn't change. So that's to attract a lot of loyal folks to the monthly program. The courses alone are $20 for the month, $1 a class. You won't beat that deal. The bot's posting all kind of stuff about it. Scroll up in the chat, you'll see it. We have some of the best deals with prop firms. Tradify right now has a 30% off across the board, all accounts. We get 30% off. Use our code, scroll up in chat. Or if you go to our Discord, we have a thing called affiliate links. We have My Funded Futures now. We have Elite Trader Funding. We have Apex. We have Tradify. And now I'm going to get a code for Take Profit. I talked to them over the weekend. And then Jadun said as soon as, they start opening up the doors, I'll be one of the few affiliates they work with for my Futures family. So Futures family ain't going to work with everybody. They're very picky. And he told me that he'd be honored if we were to work with them. So that would be awesome. Go here for the affiliate codes in our Discord. Can we trade what you learned? The boot camps on TradingView? Yeah, you could trade anywhere. Our platform just sits on the side of like your DOM, right? Whatever your DOM is, you can trade. You don't actually have to use our platform to trade, but like here, example, I'm trading my Tradify over here. And I've got my Rocket Scooter over here. Informational, yeah. So yeah, so right now we can't trade any of the Tradivate stuff or Top Step X stuff in our platform. They're not compatible. So we just trade it off to the side. Like my Top Step, I have DOMs on another screen. Good question, though. Good question. Just blew your Elite Funded account. What happened, Dustin? What happened? You trade too big of a position? No emotion, baby. No emotion. My trade's green now. I'm breaking even, but I didn't freak out on this. I need to long at DD band every single time. I must. I must. You just got funded, Rich? Nice. Which program, Rich? Oh. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Well, y'all can hear me now. I was actually just miming. My bad. Mic was muted. So good job, Rich. Congrats. So that's not too big of a position. So yeah, I've been rolling my account. So basically what I did was the one I'm in now is the worst entry. I got in like right on this red candle right here. That's why I'm barely flat at this spot. And as it dipped a half gap, I was just longing each account back to their closing, long and closing. I was just scalping inside of here. I was just rolling them all forward another $600 or $700 each. I was just scalping, boom, 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 boom. And I didn't want to make too much on these because I need to keep my consistency low. So, you know, I need to roughly aim for about 2,000 per account. And 2 of the 3 of them are way past the $9,000 threshold. The other 3 need to get closer, which is why I had to trade them a little aggressively. These other ones are way past 9,000, so I'm good. I need to trade them slow just to secure the payout. Good thing you can live read. I love it. I got to take this trade every single time. So about 40 points run from here, 120 roughly up to, hold on. Yeah, 120 up the half gap. So here about roughly 500 actually. I did the math wrong. 500 is the first trade. That's it. It's a good setup. The market's going to try to sell and it's not going to achieve. That's why I didn't freak out on this one. I need to be in the trade. Statistically, the probability that we close inside of the green bands, everybody, Rocket Scooter members, why I'm still hanging on to the long, why longs only, why only small positions. Like I said, see how the market's trying to go up? It's not trying to sell off. It can sell off, but if you just like step back and just to feel what it's doing, it's trying to go into that path. About 88% of days close inside the band, 4% above the upper band. So total is about a 92% pivot here. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to win. I could lose this trade and lose $1,000, $1,500 if I hit the stop, which is fine. But you can see that 92% is trying its damnedest to push the market. As you see, it may fail. You can feel that pressure. You can feel the strength of that right here. You can literally feel it, that green. I long there every single time for that reason, right? It doesn't matter when it opens, Simon. We count how many times it closes inside the band. So all those cases count. Like, I could be wrong and lose the trade today. Absolutely fine. But as you see, it's a fight between the bulls and the bears, but there's always a really strong pressure here to push it. I don't like that it's not picking up momentum. But statistically, I should stay in the trade to the next resistance at least to make it worth it. And because the volatility is high, and because we were below the bands, you know, I was trading small-ish. Above the bands, I technically should be trading medium right now. So I give myself a go to trade 2 to 3 contracts right now. I still only want to trade 1 though, just because of the dynamic of today. VIX is absolutely collapsing, so I don't feel like today's the day that the market sells out. I think we're good. But do you guys see the wicks? Like, you see those wicks right there at that green line, right? The DD band is, we had that class 2 classes ago, right? 3 classes ago. Something like that. One of the best classes we teach. It's so good. It's such a high probability pivot. I planted one. I held $2,000 to draw down on that one. It was how crazy it was, right? But I'm still that confident in the trade. But that's why I didn't put 3 or 4, because I know the volatility is high as shit. Should I spend $375 to reset elite funded account, or just go Tradify straight to funded? Now, again, I can't choose for you. I will tell you something. If you're comparing ETF to Tradify at roughly the same price, it seems like the only difference is one of them goes straight to funded, and one of them, I would straight to funded as an end of the day drawdown. So if you're gonna do ETF, do the end of the day drawdown tit for tat. It'll be slightly more expensive as well, but I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the straight to the end of the day, straight to funded is a whole different psychological barrier that's gone. You're not having to worry about trading eval and then passing, and then the pressure of, okay, I just passed, now I gotta make money, right? Day one, you're treating it seriously like a real trading account. I feel like the psychological barrier is lifted for me going straight to funded. So you'll pay a little bit more for straight to funded than you would for the ETF process to go to the end of the day. But the end of the day drawdown is kind of similar to the straight to funded that Tradify has. Similar rules. Their consistency rules are kind of different in the ETF world. But tit for tat, it's up to you. If you want to pay a little more to skip the eval stage is kind of the question. I'm an advocate for saying yes. Not to say one company is better than the other. I think they're both great. They're two different styles. But paying to go straight to funded was a whole different psychology for me. I don't know. This trader funding thing is all new to me, right? I've always traded my real accounts. I'm only doing this because you knuckleheads like it. And I'm starting to learn that this is a harder way to trade, which is why now I like it. Because it's challenging to me. It makes me size my positions correctly. It prevents me from YOLO gambling and being stupid. I have to navigate my P&L specifically. Why am I trading one contract? Well, because I have constraints on the account, right? So specifically speaking, I personally enjoyed the straight to funded thing. The eval stage was always a barrier. Like, okay, I passed my 20 apex. Okay, now I paid $80 to turn them all funded. Oh crap, my first trade. I got to lift off the starting. Oh, it's so crazy. Nervous, right? But it's like the idea that you're on part 2 in it's like a competition, right? You won round 1, now you're on round 2. The more stages there are, the more chances are you to be nervous. But if you went to a contest and you had one fight and you're in the finals already, you're likely to walk in with better psychology because you're not afraid. Imagine you're in a contest, right? And in a bracket, in the first game you play, you get your ass kicked and you finally pull ahead at the last minute. That psychology is going to be with you for the later matches. You'll be a little timid and shy. You might be a little shaken up from your almost loss. So every step that you add in the way is a psychological hurdle. Does this make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? Like if today shook you up really hard in your eval, once you get past it, you might be a little like gun shy or timid. So any way that you can advance a step for extra money, worth it, because you're gonna have an easier time. At least I feel. Not that I'm promoting it for a specific reason other than that. There's no other reason I'd choose one or the other than purely feels easier. What's my drawdown for these accounts? 6,000 every day. 6,000 trailing drawdown from the end of the day. And there's a daily loss limit of like, I don't know, 3,000 something. I need to go see what that is again. 3,700 maybe. Let me go check. 3,750. So 3,750 intraday drawdown, loss limit, and 6,000 end of day drawdown marked from the previous. How do you feel about TradeStation? Never used them, but people like them. It's an older platform, but a good one. The dashboard and journal at Tradify are really good. There we go. Making a little bit of money. When I need to go to 500. Damn, that popped to 72 really quick. Like I said, I got to take this trade every single time. I know I'm being such a wuss on this. It is not picking up momentum. I don't like that. There's still so much selling pressure here, guys. And this is really like the part that I don't like. I'm about to convince myself to get out of this trade. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it's not moving anywhere. Well, technically speaking, I need to be in on the trade, but this is a lot of selling pressure here. All the signs look good for it to go up, but for some reason, I'm getting really timid here, and I kind of just want to like walk away. Besides, it's almost time to end the stream. I don't like that candle wicked down. Now, I know I should technically stay in the trade. But for whatever it is, that got really close to my profit target, and I should have got out on that big candle, but it didn't. So let me let this simmer a little bit, and I'm going to attack it one more time. Already finished by the end of the week. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. For whatever reason, that wick is, again, I'll tap it one more time if it falls. I should have stayed committed, but whatever. I don't like what I feel. It now is giving me volatile 470 back down to 420. Moving up and down 50 points on NASDAQ in like a minute or two. The volatility is starting to pick up a little bit. VIX is starting to trade a little higher. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if I can't get other bumps off of some of my strong pivots here. Let me let Europe close in 6 minutes too. Right, it's closing 11:30 still, right? And we'll see what we get. Let me let this ride out a little bit. You guys, we'd love to have you on our community. Don't forget to join the Rocket Scooter crew. All aboard the spaceship. My name is Matt Cowan. I'm a chemical engineer turned CEO of a trading platform. I'm a professional full-time trader. I have traded all kinds of challenges, real accounts, live accounts. I'm a live funded trader with ETF. I already got promoted there. I'm about to become live funded at Tradeify by taking enough of their money. I won a trading contest last October. I'm competing in one right now. So we like to do it right here. Let's add up the profits today. Let's see how much this was. 1352 plus 1447 plus 1342 plus 1142 plus 433. 57.16. Not bad for just goofing around, right? We made it super affordable to join our community for 20 bucks. You guys can learn everything we do. The boot camp is by far one of the best things I've ever put together in my life. It is a grueling, thought-shaping, mind-shaping process. By the end of the boot camp, you will not look at the stock market the same way. All that I do that's different than everyone else, as I draw my trades, I know where I'm going, I know the probabilities of each one of them, and I know how big I'm going to bet. And I have this spidey sense about things like this. I got out of the way for good reason, and now I'm like, okay, should I keep playing? I think I'm gonna call it. How can you use the bootcamp's knowledge without paying for the indicators and data? Well, that's up to you. The bootcamp's knowledge is really good for risk management purposes, and you can apply the tools and stuff that we teach. You can apply the methods that we teach to whatever you do. Position management and risk management is the first half of the class series. It's talking about how big you should bet based on confidence you have. If you don't buy the platform, it helps you decode the stream. You can watch what I'm doing, and for 20 bucks, you get like this is why Matt's doing this. Where's the 92%? Why only one contract? Why is this a 3-to-1? And you'll learn that it'll all make more sense to you here. Like when you hear me draw a greater market or talk about resilience or DD or whatever. So you'll learn all the terms. That's really the best part of the bootcamp. And we made it that way so those of you that are on the stream weren't like completely lost as to what I was doing. So it's a full window into like my style of trading. And so we used to be very exclusive about it. And I used to be like, no, you guys got to be members of the platform or else you can't learn what we do. And then the stream started getting so big and everybody's like, man, I want to learn this stuff, but I don't know if I have the money or I want to commit to the platform. And I say, well, that's great. So on Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we started the boot camp for the classes were open outside the community. They're really only available inside of our community. And we were like, well, let's make it like an affordable price, 20 bucks for 20 days at $1 a day. And if it was free, you'd get a bunch of jokers come in there and not take it seriously and then go out in the real world and try to use it and fail because they're not paying attention. And then they blame you because they didn't do their homework. You know, and we're like, all right, if you make somebody pay $1, the perception of value is there and they'll take it seriously. So we voted. We're like, we'll make it $1 per class. And even in 3 days, we'll give you a full day money back if you don't like it. But honestly, you can read the reviews. It's like blazing 5-star reviews. This is like, I can't tell you what to do, but I'll tell you, you should do it. It will be helpful. If you want to watch the stream, it's very helpful. Yeah. So for about the levels you're looking at, like hedge pressure. Yeah, every single indicator has its own class. The DD bands that we're looking at now were 2 classes ago. Hedge pressure was roughly 4 or 5 classes ago. Like the funded firm, give you leverage. Rocks are the same, 159 a month. Lets you come and join 50x return on investment waiting for you. Lucas is extremely happy, and I'll tell you why. Lucas is one of our hardest working members. Recently started crushing it, getting funded, and Lucas completely changed his whole style of trading. Fully kind of adopted the principles we teach. And that's why he's very excited about telling you these things, because he's personally gone through a journey that's been successful to him. Now, we can't promise any success to anybody. We're very fair about that. Trading's hard and failure rate's high, but enthusiasm of these members is certainly not enticed by us. It's certainly, I know Lucas's story, so he's been doing very well lately. Did I take another win? Yeah, Tyler, I did, dude, but like I wussed out. Like when we got this candle that wicked up and came down like this and then started trading, I closed out because whatever, I started to saw VIX turn up and this 40-point quick drop in NASDAQ. I was looking for 500 and it turned shy and came down 40 points and I just walked away on it with maybe like, I don't know. I think I got 400 bucks in that account, but my total was roughly, this is the total for the day. It was 5,700. I think I'd be over trading if I did much else. I'm excited about the whole Tradify process. Definitely like it. Rich, you're in the top 7 on the leaderboard? Dude, I want to see like 20 of us in the top 100. That'd be awesome. Congrats, Rich, dude, that's awesome, man. The top 7% of people in the contest. You're beating me right now, too. I don't think I'm that far ahead. That's amazing, man. Dude, our community is something different. This is like completely something different. Oops, that's the Tradify code. That's the wrong link. Well, you guys need the Tradify code. Use that. Very cool, very cool. Oh my god. Oh my FG. BBQ. Straight to funded. There you go. Guidance. Killing it, bro. I like it. I like it. Gather around, kids, for tills all this time. I tend to be funny. So funny sometimes. I'm glad you guys stick around for as long as you did. It's very exciting to see such a big turnout in these streams. It's really flattering to me. Electricians in London, electricians in Birmingham. You remind me of Robert Downey Jr. I've been told by people that I look like Robert Downey Jr. sometimes. I've been told by people that when I get a little chubbier and don't work out, that I look like Jimmy Kimmel. I've been told by people I look like Jim Carrey. I've been told by like ladies my mom's age that I look like Donny Osmond. I feel like white guy with the beard, we all look the same. I feel like we all kind of look the same. Brown hair, brown eyes, pasty skin. You can put us all together and we'll look at it. I kind of look like day trading with Matt. I hate that guy. He's the worst. So technically speaking, I should always long on DD bands, and nothing's really scaring me other than I just perceive this as over trading, but technically speaking, the long trade is it. There's no reason not to be in a long trade other than just not wanting to overtrade. It's supported the half gap twice though, which is really good. So we'll see what happens. Rich in the top 7% in that leap contest. That's amazing, man. Very incredible. Dude, we got so many people in this group. Like, I'm going to say something. We have the hardest working group of futures traders literally on planet Earth. I'm coming in here and watching you guys trade. This is all of you guys. And like I said, y'all are all here in the stream. Y'all are doing your thing. Rich crushing in his evals, passing the Apex Day. Master Rich in his straight to funded. Look at this. Look at this dude. Rich going for payout. He's at the 9,000 already on the, is that 150? Yep, 150K. So there you go. Look at this. He's made 11 that he can pocket out. He's 2K away from payout number 2. Ooh, 45 and 9. 13.5. So you're about 3K away from payout number 2. Nice. Niles crushing it. That's Neil, the mod in here. Neil, bro, like, you guys are, y'all make me happy. I love seeing y'all's trades. Master Rich, the month he's had. Look at this. I love my boys here. These guys crush it. And I love seeing the people. Joel says I should grow a mustache. Just like, one time I shaved all my beard, but just a mustache. And I kind of looked cool, I thought, but iDog hated it. He thought it looked weird. I'm really excited to see what you're doing. S-Vaughn, this was his month. I mean, this is great to see you guys popping so much green on your shit. I'm so happy to see you guys do so well. These are all members of the community, you guys. We have our P&L. Everybody posts their stuff. Rich, by the way, I wanted to say amazing stat, 75% win rate for the month of January. And I want you guys to give Rich a round, like in this group. Can you guys do me a favor and like give Rich a pat on the back? The person that's been in this community probably longer than all of you. Rich has been here since like the 2016, 2017 days, when all we had was risk interval. Imagine, Rich has seen it all grow. All we had was risk interval. We didn't have DD bands. That wasn't even put together until like 21. And I've seen Rich make such an amazing transformation over the years, and his consistency is just through the roof. I've seen Rich to the ups and downs. I've seen him with the struggles. I've seen him with the, I'm going to quit trading. I'm going to start trading again. I'm going to quit trading. I've never seen somebody with their heart in the game as hard as Rich has, and I've never seen somebody grow as much as Rich has. He's by far OG as it gets. And I'm so glad to see you finding your groove, man. A January of all things, this shitty January that we had, that you took some drawdown as we all did, but the fact is that you maintained some very solid consistency, and 75% for the month is incredible. Ice Wild pulling in profits, Barbecue pulling in some profits. Like, you guys, I'm very proud of y'all. This is all Tradefies, it looks like. Neil again. Clutch. I retweeted Clutch the other day. Freaking Clutch, look at his Tradeify. He's up 22K for the month. Like, you guys are, oh my God. Y'all are doing the work. This is what I love about our community. And it's funny because everyone here is doing it themselves. It's not like we're all sitting here and doing the same thing I'm doing. Everyone has their own independent style. They do all their own things, but it's good to see that like we're a community of people putting in the work. That's what I love. And Stan Wagas, let me tell you about the oldest schoolist of members is Stan. Stan has been here literally in like the top 10 of members, one of the first lifetime members. He's been here since 2016. Stan was here before I had my 6-year-old kid, before he was even thought of as an option. Like, it's like some people have been here the earliest of days. That's good to see. Rocket deciding now. I know, right? Honestly, from here, let's analyze all the pieces. Okay, here are the pieces. DD ratio greater than half, resilience greater than half is a gap fill potential for there. it will pass through this without stopping with DD greater than half. That's why it's a good long to be in right now. Because it'll go straight to there. I X out when I get there. When it bounces there, there's a good long potential to go. Honestly, I'm going to tell you though, with the amount of volatility we've seen, I wouldn't trust it any further than the gap fill. I don't think I'd chase the 602, but I would take it to 602. The trade I've been trying to make all morning that I wussed out on, I think is in a good spot to go. I'm going to pop it in the Leap account actually right here. Might as well just take it. I'm going to hit it hard too. Our rules are saying that it's okay to hit it with a medium-sized position too. Like, I have all full confidence in this trade right here to tap it at least with 2 contracts in all my accounts right now, literally right now. It's failed to lose that half gap 2 different times on futures, and filling that futures gap could be something that we go towards today. Everything's looking good. So I'm going to hit it in the Leap account only and just be a big puss and do it in just my paper account for the contest. Yeah, Stan literally has been here since day one. 2016 when I first started streaming YouTube. These guys have seen the ups and downs. They've seen what I've done. They've seen the growth that I've had. They've seen my worst moments, my best moments. Pretty much. It's good to see. What tools include the monthly subscription? So in the month, do I have a strategy? Yes, we do. I teach a trading strategy that's based on risk management, position management, and 3 greater principles that we teach. The greater market has to do with how I observe the market, bullish or bearish. It's 3 special indicators today that all show, for the most part, 2 of the 3 show bullish. We use options. I trade futures, by the way. And what we do is we use options and SPY and QQQ to get extra information about futures. Might sound funny, but the markets mirror each other. As you see, I've got QQQ on the left, Nasdaq futures on the right. They pivot and move at the same frequency, right? You see this? So not just looking at price action in QQQ, but we can use the options in QQQ to look for pivots in Nasdaq futures. And the way that this works is that we have an algorithm that looks for 0 risk trades and options to find forced hand buying and selling. We can predict high volume at each one of these levels that I'm drawing on. There's high volume here, here, and here. And there's certain probabilities associated with direction markets go. As you see right here in NASDAQ, it's called a bear long up. You can see there's pressure off of this blue that's green, longing pressure. You can see the pressure off of the blue once we broke above it. So the idea is that I'm trading with the flow of automated trading, basically, of dealers balancing their risk and options they've sold in subsequent markets. So an example, NASDAQ futures tracks the NDX, which tracks the stocks. QQQ tracks the NDX as well. They're all kind of tied together. So we look for clues in different places, to answer your question, LM, to find pivots, basically. Some of these pivots, as members have put together the back test over the years, are really strong. 90% of days will stay on the same side of this monthly hedge pressure. This is the monthly gamma exposure of dealers. 90% of days will stay above this orange line. 80% of days will stay on the same side of blue, though. So that's kind of like why the market still has kind of like iffy pressure. If we break 520 to 521, this trade happens 90% of the time. So 520 to 521 is a chase I take every time. This green line, 92% of days close above it. 8% of days close below it. This is all stats from our actual lessons. And so each technique is exploiting something different. This is an exploit of margin requirements. It's something that a lot of people didn't know created a trade idea. And we give you cheat sheets that tell you what each one of them is, with the probabilities on it, and why I take them and how much. And that's basically it. How long does it take to learn our strategy? I'd ask the people here. It's 20 days to learn everything. Within 20 days, you will learn everything. Now, to start applying stuff, some people immediately take off within the first 3 days. Every class is a different topic. Within the first 5 to 10 classes, you already have enough useful information to follow like everything we're doing, I'd say. So I would say that, and when you ask how long to start making some profit. We can't make promises on your performance. And that's one thing I can't answer ever. And like legally, but also just to be fair, I don't know you. So I would never be able to gauge how long it takes somebody to make money. Trading in general is hard. Some people, it takes them 5 years, 10 years, never. Some people take off within a year. Some people take off within a week. It is completely random. But how long can you learn and apply the stuff that we teach is within weeks. Like it doesn't take long. First couple of videos are like a shocker and kind of give you a framework already. So I tell people within the first month, you should be very familiar with everything we teach. Our stuff focuses on risk management and position sizing specifically, and only taking high probability setups and knowing when to long, when to short, when to stop, when to add, when to cut, all that stuff. Do I see the market chopping back down with the VIX? No, I see the market chopping back up. What's the software I think Spire SPX will end on? It's hard to guess where the market will end on. We just have probabilities of where markets do go. So here's the probabilities, right? So let me give them to you really quick. I'm going to piece together everything we know from our techniques, and y'all tell me, okay? We got QQQ and NASDAQ all sitting right by each other. Number one, this indicator at the bottom, when this white line is greater than 0, NASDAQ goes from this white line to this white line most of the time. Okay, this is what we call res greater than 0. There's pressure pushing it to fill the gap on this good news. Number two, this orange line is greater than 0, which means this has a higher probability of supporting. When everything lines up on this one, it's roughly 90% chance that we support the orange. So far, so good, right? We see all those pieces playing out right now. One of the downsides to this is that 80% of days, now again, this is just odds. It doesn't mean it's the probability of the trade, but 80% of days close on the same side of blue. So the market has a desire to test here or be here. It doesn't mean that it's not the 20% that we go up. So this is just on the options alone, QQQ spreads like this. At this interface, when this ratio is greater than half, it goes to there 90% of the time. So a 520 break is a move to 521 90% of the time when this ratio is greater than half. And this is the market cap bull bear bias of the stocks. So the market has two places it can go. We either are going to end here today. Oh, and then 88% of days close between the two green bands, plus 4% above the upper band is about 92% chance that we support here, which is why I'm interested in trading from here to there. So drawing from the future side, about 92% of days close here. So do you see how there's like a high probability zone this way? So longing here to there was the original trade that I got out early on. So in all honesty, we're going to likely end up here or here. And the volatility is big enough for one of those two things to happen, which is why I got a nice teeny little 40-point stop right here. In case my Leap account dies, I'm not going to hold all the way down to 513, right? This is 200 extra NASDAQ points. But I'm willing to trade to that 90% tap and close out at 521. If you were to put a gun to my head and ask me what I think we do, I think that the market today ends up here and then closing right in there. I think it overshoots and comes back down. That's what I think. But the two options are, like I said, when you have bullish stocks, it finds a bull zone and we're in a bear zone. There's a higher likelihood with the stocks filling their gap and a bull zone being here, then my bet is that we close here or higher rather than here. My bet is that one. It's supported by DD. It's supported by resilience. It's supported by the bands over to the right. You guys got it? We don't close below here. Not likely at all. Very good support today. That's what I feel. Easy. Somebody saying easy to replicate and take the same directions as you take. Again, we don't advise or advocate copying somebody else's trades. It's illegal. So I can't even answer that question. But if you want to learn to trade the way I trade, you can learn very quickly in our program. You just got to be fair. Like I can't, when you say, can you follow the trades I make? your gurus of the world are going to tell you, you know, join my trade room, follow my trades. And we don't. Everybody that you see here learns to trade on their own. All these people, they're not following my trades. This is everyone's Tradeify. Look, a couple days, you know, just see all these people doing this stuff. Somebody's monthly performance, and all these guys are trading on their own. Clutch is big on Twitter. You know, everybody here doing their own stuff. So the goal is to train you how to do it on your own. And that's what we hope to instill in you guys. But this market is just not moving today. Look at this. Trying to sell. So again, my guess is here rather than here, but when you piece it all together, this is like all 20 classes, but I'm looking at all the probabilities together. So my guess is here. And it's trying to sell, but you see the pressure that it's getting, right? Which is why I could put a really tight stop on these 90% and just let it fall to here and then stay out of the way. So, that's it. You've learned so much watching the videos. You're joining soon. Blues. Oh, awesome, man. I love it. We love having people in here. Like, and the cool thing about it is that there's a lot of people that like start in a rocket scooter and then they go off and they have amazing careers in not only trading, but in trading education. Like we have a lot of people that go out there and start their own communities that came from our group, and they're thriving. They have their own style, even if they don't use our stuff or whatever, but they always use our principles to go with their stuff. So we tell people is like the style of risk management can be applied to any style you do. And ours is relatively unique because we give you guidelines on position sizing. That's like the best part. Is it doable for a normal person to trade like that? I'm a normal person. I'm nobody special. Takes time to get comfortable with being here every day, and going to class is huge. It does. And I'd say like within a week or so, you start to snap into a different mindset that risk management's really all that matters. And hopefully you guys pick up on that as the years go by. That in reality, there's nothing special that I do as far as picking the market direction. I have these odds that really helps. But what really makes my trading stand out and special is that I am an expert at betting. I bet the right size. I bet the right amounts. I cut at the right time. And that's really what you want to learn from somebody. And I tell you guys this, so when y'all go out there learning from anybody, don't buy into somebody's bullshit about their tools going to make money for you. Understand that the only way really to do well at this is to bet correctly. Take the right amount of risk, the right size, scale your positions in the right way. And our classes are all about that. Everything that we show you is position sizing, and I give you the way I size my positions on flashcards. That's the best part. So each one of these N, O, M, N are sizes. I bet big on certain ones. I bet small on different ones. Each one of my guidelines and liquidity maps telling you how big I usually bet based on different conditions. So stronger condition, hit harder. Weaker conditions, sit out. Like things like that. And again, these odds are moved around and not so good under certain conditions. So I trade smaller. Why today I just trading one contract, which I consider small. So 92% of days we bounce on the green. I think that's good. I like it. Do you know a trading teacher called Ripster47? Sounds so familiar. I think I've been on Spaces with that guy. Hold on. I get a lot of people confused because I know like 5 people named Ripster47. Let me see. No, I don't know this person. Trading Investing Education, inventor Ripster Cloud Trading System. Tenet Group, Ripster Education. Oh, no, I don't know them. Ripster Clouds. Let's see what this is about. Honestly, though, like this is, are you using their system? Let's see what it's about. I wish their website was easier to navigate. Clouds. Okay, EMA Cloud Trading System. Okay, so it is an EMA Cloud. I was going to say. It's moving average trading, which is, I'm not going to lie, something I speak highly against. Moving average based trading styles. I kind of like troll it really heavily. Nothing personal against that person. I don't know them. Anything based on moving averages is by far not going to be successful. It is a guaranteed failure. It's a neutral lateral move to any trading style to use any kind of EMAs. It doesn't add or subtract. But if you believe in something and you're not betting correctly, you're going to fail. So you can use any trading system and do well. You just have to bet right. Moving averages are really hard to predict movement from, just from experience. Somebody says a math genius can't be normal. I'm pretty relatively average at everything else, though. So my 6-year-old is the real math genius, and he came up. So, you know, when I remember being young and learning math at a young age, but I feel like he's faster than me because, you know, he was reading at age 3. I'm talking like I'm walking him through Target, and he's in the basket, and he's like piso mojado, and I was like, where are you getting these words from? And he's like reading Spanish on the wet floor sign that's like in the aisle in Target, and I'm just like, how did you know this word? He's phonetically sounding it out at 3, and I was like, okay, my kid's somewhat special and everything. Now at 6, he beats me 1 out of every 3 chess games we play. And yesterday when we were hanging out at my mom's house, he was like, you know what 10 divided by 5 is? And I'm like, what? He goes, 2. And I go, okay, what's 40 divided by 10? He's like, 4. And I'm like, where are you learning division from? Because he's in kindergarten or first grade. Sorry. So like I feel like he's got a pretty advanced career in something like his dad, like technical math or whatever. So he's really smart. So when you get him Legos for his birthday, ever since he was age 5, he gets really mad at you if the Legos don't say 18 plus on the box, like age 18 plus. Like I got him one that was like younger, and he's like, that's for babies. So he only does the Legos that are like massive. We just got him the Titanic, the giant, I don't know, 20,000 whatever piece Titanic. He put together the whole thing. The thing is bigger than he is. I don't think I want to get him into trading though. I think I want to get him into like robotics or programming, something like that. How long is one class? It's about an hour class, and there's a Q&A at the end. But you prefer volume profile and actual data? I do. I think anything that looks for volume is a more robust system. Volume isolates where traders are to allow you to narrow down where you behave to certain places. Anything that follows price action is going to be wobbly at best. So to be asked if I know about that Rips person, or I don't know the Ripster person. So I could just say that they're probably a good trader, and what they teach is probably valuable to people. It seems like there's a lot of reviews, but as far as a modern trader, I will tell you anything related to like moving averages or anything like that is like a 40-year-old technology. There's nothing like innovative there that is going to bring the modern day to you. EMAs have been traded since the 70s pretty heavily, since the day of computers. I would say in general, take it with a grain of salt because you're following momentum. And in reality, there's no magic to it. A VWAP is better than a moving average by itself because it's volume weighted. But even VWAP has its limitations. There's no predictability to price action. This is where I stand as a mathematician. Price is random, and there is no predictability to the candles. All we do is we have odds that we trade on it and where volume pivots will be. Like I know there's high volume at certain levels. This green line is high volume. So I'm only acting or behaving at one spot. I'm not trying to chase momentum. I'm betting it's going to go up from here or it's going to go down from here. Is a different style, right? Trading would age him fast. Yeah, Joel, we got to keep our kids away from Wall Street. Ban them from it till they're out of college. Shout out to my boy. Really, he's really self-motivated too. I'm very proud as a dad. Super smart kid. And he's also like, here's the thing I've learned. Like one of the first times I remember he got really sad. It was at Christmas time. And I got him a new chessboard. And my dad was like, you two challenge each other. And so like in front of my dad, we were playing a chess game. It got heated. Really heated. And like I'm teaching him the different openings and stuff. And we were playing in the Sicilian openings. So like it was kind of like a whole different thing. And he got beat. Like, and I don't go easy on him either. That's the funny thing. I don't go easy. I play hard. Like I play to crush him. And because I want him to get good, and he lost, and he knew that he lost, and he knew why that he lost, and he got really sad because, you know, I sometimes forget he's 6. But we're not hard on him at all. But I'm just playing hard. Like I'm not pressuring him or anything. He's just naturally motivated. But he got beat and he got crushed and he was crying. He got so sad that he lost in front of everybody. And he took it really personal because at that age, kids that know they're good at stuff have a hard time losing because they're used to winning everything. So we're at a stage right now where I'm teaching him how to lose without crying and breaking down. Like he gets so sad when he lost. Like I'm like, son, like losing is part of life. Losing makes you stronger. Like, how did you lose this game and what did you learn? You're always going to have somebody that's better than you. Your job is to find them and let them beat you and then learn from them. And you'll get better and then you'll find somebody else that's better than you. He said, don't live in a world where you beat everybody. I told him, live in a world where you lose to people and you're okay with losing. Surround yourself with people that are better than you at something. And that's kind of what we're working on right now. It's like, it's okay to lose. When you lose, you're going in the right direction. You're hanging around the right kind of people. If you're beating everybody, you'll never know your potential because you're never challenged. Well, it's hard to rationalize with the 6-year-old. And he's still like, you know, but he'll eventually get it when he's older. But these are very complex psychological topics that kind of go beyond the comprehension of a 6-year-old. But I think I'm steering in the right direction to say it's okay to lose, and I'm not gonna take it easy on him because he deserves a challenge. And I'm not the greatest chess player. I'm good, but he's really good. And I mean, he's 6 and he beats me 1 out of 3 games. I mean, it's like, I'm very proud of the kid. So my bad, ain't using your strategy, just using the soft ED, using Rocket Scooter soft, LOL. Donald Trump considering hitting EU at 10% tariffs on imported goods. Oh, that's where the selling came from. What a day today. We had a good time today, y'all, didn't we? But my mom says he reminds me of me when I was a kid, except smarter. That's what my mom says. She's like, you were smart, but he's different smart. She's like, I remember when you were a kid, you advance quickly, you learn stuff at a young age. She's like, he's different. He's like different in a really good way. So we're kind of at a stage of like watching and seeing what he needs, you know, what to advance him in. And like, I'm in a parenting style where I don't pressure. I think that when you have kids, you get 2 decisions to make. Number 1 is, do they need to be pressured or do they not? You have to decide it very quickly. Some kids need to be motivated. Other kids will self-motivate. If you have a kid that self-motivates, you just need to give them the opportunities and they'll figure it out themselves. That was me. Other kids thrive in discipline. You can beat it into them and they will excel, usually to prove you wrong or to make you happy. And that there's people that like that. So there's leaders and followers in this world. And it doesn't matter what you are, they both accomplished a lot. So my 6-year-old is definitely not one that you can beat it into him and by pressuring him to change something. He won't do it. He's too much like his dad. No matter what you do to me, you're not going to make me buckle. I'm like determined to do what I want to do. And so the goal with him is to find the opportunities that he's motivated to do and figure out what it is he likes. He loves Legos, and we've been talking, me and his mom have been talking about, he wants to do a YouTube show like Daddy and play with Legos and have a YouTube show where he builds Legos and talks to chat or whatever. And so we're deciding on, like, is he too young or should we do something like that? And he would be very, 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 very good at that and very popular. He's a very friendly, very personable kid. And so I'm like, do I, set up a little broadcasting room and let him build Legos? I mean, hell, he might get sponsored. We were like, he might get sponsored by Lego and we'll get free Legos because that shit's expensive. You know how much money we spend on Legos for this kid? It's incredible. He's got like 1,000 sets. He's got entire rooms of his house with floor to ceiling cubbies with all the sets. I mean, it's insane. He could have a museum. He's got so many Lego sets. Every single birthday or Christmas, we had a skating rink birthday party with 50 kids that showed up. He got like 50 Lego sets. It's insane. He gets hundreds of Lego sets a year. It's just ridiculous. So the question is, Legos is like one Tradeify payout is like how much I spend in Legos every month. No, seriously though, I used to have the crazy systems when I was a kid, the crazy Lego system, but they're so different now. When I was a kid, 1,000 or 1,500 pieces was the big ones, like the model teams. But now you get like a fucking life-size stormtrooper or like a Millennium Falcon that's like 4 feet in diameter, and just like when we were kids, we had to use our imagination. If I wanted to build a house, the bricks were like pink, blue, and green. Okay, like now it's like oh, this is Chewbacca Lego figurine. You know, we had to use our imaginations when we were kids. You're like, check out what I made, and your dad's like, oh, that's nice. What is it? It's an airplane. Oh yeah, that is. There's a wing on. Okay, I see it. That's what Lego sets used to be like. You know, use your imagination, figure it out, build whatever you want. 9 shades of brown on the Chewbacca. Yeah. Like, is that a car? There's only 2 wheels. Well, yeah, but that's all I had was like 2 wheels. It kind of looks like a wheelbarrow. No, it's a car. I promise. There's 9 different colors, but it's there. Okay, so now we're jumping below the D-band, and this is kind of like where it gets a little confusing. Again, the market is selling a little bit, but mostly on volatility as VIX is rallying. We have a key pivot right here at VIX. The volatility should hopefully dry up a little bit. So we'll see. But we might start a YouTube channel for him. The question is now, as far as, you know, I get worried about, you know, because I mean, obviously I'm on YouTube, and you guys are a bunch of assholes sometimes. Not most of you, but some of you. The last thing I want is for him to be in a place where he's exposed to, you know, mouth breathing internet heathen, you know, talking shit to a 6-year-old. Like, honestly, I'd have to get a shotgun and you know, you know, be on guard all the time. And I'm like, okay, so I'll have to be the one that monitors chat. He can't read chat. I was like, I'll ask him the questions and he can answer the questions. That's what I'm thinking. So that way, like, I'm basically not going to let him be exposed to internet chat. You know what I mean? You get weirdos online. So I'll read the chat and we'll have some moderators and stuff, and then we'll ask him the questions. Cause he's like, I want to be like daddy. I want to have a YouTube show. I was like, aw, okay. Like I think that sounds actually kind of fun. That sounds like a fun project I'd like to have with him. But it's kind of like, for him, he'll just be doing what he does normal. You know, I'll have to control and monitor everything. And like the cameras and make sure he knows, like, when you're on camera, you can and can't say this. When you're off camera, here's where you walk to be off camera. You like train him on it, but I definitely don't want him interacting with the chat. You know what I mean? Rational fears as a parent. Yeah. Well, not turn off. I wouldn't want to turn off the comments. I would just, like, I would read while he's playing with the Legos, I'd say, so-and-so has a question. How long have you been trading? And I'll like be there in the room, and I'll be asking him. That's how my idea for the show. I'll ask him the questions, and I'll be the one on the computer. And he wants to do it. And he's like, I want to learn how to do it like you do it. I want to learn how the camera works. And I'm just like, okay. Not that I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna make millions of dollars together. We could. I mean, we could be that lucky team that makes the big toy deals, but you never know. He just wants to do it because he wants to be like his old man, which is adorable. On that note, I think it's time to maybe take it off, take a day. You guys have been here all day long. It's great. We got about two and a half hours till we do our Zoom call. Not a bad day. I mean, I locked in 57 on the Tradify, which is good. I'm rocking roughly 80 something percent calculating, like, from these accounts, and all these trades are wins today. I get a payout on February 11th of the first 15,000, which is good. I'm close to 34,000 in profit total in 6 days of trading, straight to funded, which is good. So we'll see how this goes. With these prop firms, you never know how long you actually get your payouts till they move you to live. The rule is there, when they move you to live, you get a maximum of $15,000 per account in a live account. So the maximum I would get with Tradify if they move me to live would be a $75,000 trade account, which is not bad. It's not a bad price to get from them. I feel like I'm going to collect live accounts like Pokemon cards, get as many as I can. Kind of cool. But If they cut you from the sim to fund it and move you over, they move all your money over, and the max you'll take is 15,000 with you. So you forfeit the rest of the sim profits. So in general, the best I can expect to make before I go live would be about 75 grand. And it might take me about 2-3 months to get there if I have like the best pace, maximum, something like that. It's possible to stream on YouTube Kids. Yeah, I think so. I think so. We're still looking and like researching all different parts of it. Sure, some AI agent can synthesize a voice asking questions. Maybe I can invent a character, like a little fun robot character. What is your favorite Lego set? And then it's like he's talking to the robot. We can give the robot a name. Let's make a gimmick out of it. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to sub to the channel. Don't forget the boot camp is $20 for 20 classes. It's $1 a day. It's 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. We meet for about an hour, hour and a half. We go over a different topic every day. You will learn every single thing that I do, risk management, position management. But you're going to be joining a really rock solid community. We have 10,000 users in the Rockseater platform, roughly 6,000 something plus active users in the Discord that are there every day talking, chatting, trading, whatever. I think like the hardest working Discord there is. A lot of really good traders there, a lot of funded traders, a lot of really big traders. One of the guys PNL posted runs a hedge fund. There's all kind of cool people there doing cool stuff. If you guys want to learn, join a big community. I mean, we're growing like wildfire, but at least we appreciate you supporting the YouTube show. So thank you for tuning in and being here. That boot camp is good if you want to learn to kind of follow along what I do. And within 3 days, we'll give you your $20 back if you don't even like it. So feel free to take it. I mean, there's 5-star reviews for a reason. Send me a message, Maddie. Okay, I'll get you, dude. I'll see y'all. Send me a message in Discord. I'll post it in chat. Our Discord is here. Love y'all, man. Best community there is. Hit me up.